A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
80s and 90s.
Your number one radio.
98.1 and 1410 AM.
It's time for high school sports on your home of the Dogs, KOOQ FM 98.1 and AM 1410. Today's game brought to you in part by Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC. Dave's Place on East 4th and North Platte, CT Troubleshooters, The Shelter Insurance Boys, Premier Toyota, and Another Round Sports Bar and Grill at River's Edge Golf Course. Today's game also brought to you in part by Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy and Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment, Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Lincoln, Nissan, the D&N Event Center, Larry's RV, Mid-Plains Community College, and Larry's Glass. And watch today's game live via your smart device or smart TV, brought to you by Allo Fiber. Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Hey everybody, it's me, Paxton Gordon. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. You know what time it is, Mr. Jeff Smeltzer? It's football time. That's right, Bulldogs are back home for homecoming as they are taking on Papillion. That was yesterday. I'm still caught up in all my softball fanatics from last night. But the Bulldogs taking on Lincoln Northeast and the Rockets in today's contest. Smeltzer 0-6, Lincoln Northeast. North Platte High School currently 1-5 at the moment, coming off of a really tough game last Friday against Omaha Westside. But it's tough to blame the Dogs because it's Omaha Westside, and that's might be, if not the best team in all of Class A.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is not Omaha Westside who we're playing tonight. This is going to be a big change, and it looks like it should be a winnable game for the Dogs. Westside was something else. They're number one for a reason.
They are.
They are loaded at every position, offense, defense, skill position, line. They have it all.
I mean, here's the funny thing. They're also one of the top teams in the country. So not only are they a top team here in Class A, they're also, if not the best team, one of the best teams in all of the country. And they sure did flex that muscle, 63-0 last week. Fresh week this week. Jeff Smeltzer, tough losses, I think, sometimes are the best way. Of course, it's the best wake-up call. But for the next game to be probably one of the best games they've had all season. And, it's tough to sit here and be like, whew, thank God it's Lincoln Northeast just based on their record. But this has just the feeling of a get-right game for North Platte written all over it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Rockets has struggled on offense.
Yep. Struggled on defense.
Yeah, struggled on defense.
Special teams. Every team that they got out there has unfortunately had a tough season, and it's not been there for the last couple of years. Their best record-wise.
Yeah, they've taken their lumps, and I know they're smelling blood too. They see the Bulldog record of 1-5, and I think they think this is a winnable game for them as well. So I think we're going to get their best effort. I think we're going to get a motivated Rockets team, but I do think the Dogs have a few more horses, and I think they should get it done tonight. Looking out there, it looks like size-wise, I think the Dogs, for one of the few times, might have an advantage on the line.
Specifically also with all the injuries that they've been facing in the offensive and defensive and line. It's good, again, to get this kind of game where it kind of feels like it'll be a get-right game where North Platte can kind of iron out some of those kinks that have been picked up with the recent injuries and really just start to find some momentum towards the end of the season, because the road to districts is closing in, but at the moment it's looking nigh impossible for the Bulldogs to sneak into a playoff spot, barring some miracle.
Right. Yeah, no, it's not impossible. A night like tonight, just play clean football.
There you go.
Don't turn the ball over, don't make stupid penalties. I think you should be okay if you don't do those things.
You're in trouble again.
You're in trouble again if you do those. No, I've got a good feeling. Beautiful night tonight. This feels like football.
Finally, I know. It's 55 when it's supposed to be the high today, so it's a little bit brisky, but we're not having to sit there and struggle through the heat with the cramping and getting a lot of mixing and matching. We can finally maybe see a full 100%, skill player position battle for North Platte High School here. And I'm excited. Of course, last week the Dogs got wally-gaggled by Omaha Westside in the most embarrassing, and of course, Coach will say it as well, most embarrassing fashion. That can be out there, and that just means that their drive this past week of practice has been, from what, I'm not going to spoil too much of my pregame interview, but it's been pretty high up there to really right the wrong that came out from last week and get, again, a strong end towards the season because, the season's not officially over. Yes, right now it's looking, again, they need a lot of hurdles to jump through and a lot of outside help to make district play, but if they can finish this season going 3-0, not only is that going to help them potentially in that hunt for maybe a district spot, but also it'll just help next year and continue on maybe a strong end of the season into a strong off season.
Yeah, old coach speak, one game at a time. This is the most important game on the schedule, is the one you have in front of you tonight. So let's take care of business tonight. And then what's Norfolk? Is that next, or is it Papio?
It's Norfolk next week, and then we'll end up in Omaha. Man, I'm taking a lot of Omaha trips here. It'll end up with Papillion La Vista. So this middle part of the schedule, these last 3 games are if you have been a person who started the season scheduling and writing in wins and losses, these 3 games should probably be something you can write down as maybe 3 wins in a row to end the season for North Platte. And if maybe the first couple of games went the way that you were hoping, and some of those coin flips went the way of the Bulldogs, then heck, we could be looking at another good solid season. Yep. But unfortunately, that's not how that's gone. 1-5 here at the moment.
Yeah, they're definitely some winnable games early in the season, but that's okay. That's behind you. Focus on these last 3. I think they're all winnable. I think they can win every one of them.
It's just can they? You hate to bring it up, but can they really get rid of what happened last week? Because that's always a tough feeling to have in your stomach, and know that maybe that's how your season's going to end right there, playoff wise.
But nobody's even warmed up Westside.
That's true. That's true. Nobody's really gotten anywhere close.
They took it to Bellevue West. They've taken it to everybody. So that was a different beast.
Yes.
Not going to see a team like that again this season.
No, unless somehow they magically go on a run.
Unless you're in the playoffs. But they were something else.
They were. But it's Lincoln Northeast and the Rockets in front of us right now. We'll step aside and take a break. Here on the Quick Stop pregame show, when we come back, we will have our pre-game interview with head coach Kurt Altig here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Always something right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings to Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent, Stephen Rhodes, put his experience to work for you. Stephen proudly serves the Lincoln County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Farmers Insurance agent Stephen Rhodes at 308-534-9050 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Farmers Insurance Agency. Stephen Rhodes, 308-534-9050. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit npphsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
This is the Bulldog pregame show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Hey everybody, Paxton Gordon here. Quick Stop pregame show. It's homecoming week and feels good to be back home. I've been all over the place, but it's always good to come back to the sanctuary that is North Platte High School. And same can be said for head coach Kurt Altiga. Last week, traveled out to Omaha West Side, as many have proclaimed one of the top 5 teams, not just in Class A, but also in the nation. And they unfortunately flexed that top 5 offense and team in the nation as they took you down 63-0. It just felt like from the very beginning, some things were just not going the way that you guys were probably hoping for, struggling to really find any push off the line and really any momentum on the offensive side. And because of that, things just turned out to be a long night.
Yeah, they are a very great team, really dynamic, and we didn't play very well, and so when you play a really good team and you don't play well, and then we felt kind of there towards the end of the first quarter, maybe some of our guys just kind of packed her in for the night, and when you're playing a good team like that, they're going to roll you, and that's what happened.
Yep, and I think one of the things I took away that was kind of missing, of course, was that upfront physicality, and that might just also boil down to new faces on that offensive line. But when it comes to Bulldog football, it's all about getting that good initial push off the line to create some openings. And it felt like no matter really where you tried to switch it to, throw it across the field, try to get something up the middle, there was just no holes being opened up, and which then, of course, caused for a long night.
It was, as we go back and look at the film, we just had some breakdowns just in our normal, stuff that we've been doing all year, and when you're not blocking guys at the point of attack, and when you have guys coming free that miss tackles, and again, you're playing a dynamic team with great playmakers, and they're going to make plays and you're not, then it's going to be in for a long night, and you have results like we did last week.
Now, you talk about those breakdowns. Can those maybe be attributed to, it being Westside, of course, this being, a team that you upset last year, and they've come out with definitely a grudge in this game in terms of wanting to set the record straight, and because of the prestige or maybe the prowess that this team brings, that made some easy breakdowns on the offensive side, or is it really just maybe overall, it wasn't a good game from the team, and you just got to ball up that tape and move on to next week?
As we looked back, we didn't necessarily have our greatest week of practice. And, again, it was more just our guys not being able to go out and execute like they have. Last year we played really well, and we were physical at the point of attack, and this last game we weren't. And again, you saw the results from that.
Now, of course, you talked about that off week of practice. How much do you think just those really fluke, and as you described it, fluke injuries that kind of came through during these injuries? Of course, one non-contact and then the hip fracture for Latham Huntsman. How much do you think maybe that affected the mental of this team to maybe take it a little safer during practice so they don't, of course, get hurt during it, and then because of that, the mindset into the game was a little bit off?
I think it was more just, having guys that haven't played a lot in positions against, one of the best teams, around. And again, our schemes, as we went and looked back at it, our schemes were okay. We just didn't execute, and it's on me for not getting us ready during the week. Our practices were kind of down, and then with the injury bug hitting us, it's easy to point fingers and things, but I just didn't get us ready to go, and again, when you're playing a really good team and you're not ready to go, bad things are going to happen. So we've really focused ourselves this week on getting back to the basics and simple football 101, execute. I kind of been talking about it all year, and just doing the little things better, doing the little things like we do. And get back to our brand of hard-nosed football.
And you talk about, getting the team amped up or focused in during practice. Of course, maybe say just throw them out there to go tackle. That'll get them all focused in and ready to rock and roll. But that's probably not the easiest answer. But what are some of the things that you as a coach do to make sure that the effort at practice can then be taken and then reflected into the game?
It's more about quality reps from day to day, from practice to practice, not necessarily going and killing each other, especially when you have the injury bug. So, just getting good, top quality reps and, getting a look, an offensive look and a defensive look for what we think from our scout teams and then going and executing on a Friday.
Of course, you look at that score and it wasn't the best score, but what kind of positives can you take away from this game? Of course, we saw a lot of the young reserves get a lot more game time than they normally do, and I think they executed really well in the time that they had gotten.
Yeah, our young guys, when they came in, they put up more of a fight than some of our starters. About the only good thing we can really take away is that we got some new guys on the field, got them some experience, and Westside, they're pretty solid from top to bottom. So even their second and even third units are really good groups to go against, and that gives our young guys good experience.
Well, we'll step aside and take a real quick break. We come back, we'll move on to Lincoln Northeast. Will be traveling in to take on the Bulldogs for homecoming day. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great school year. Fall can mean weather changes and canceled practices. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Watch Facebook for CYS League information to get your 3rd through 6th grader registered for football, volleyball, basketball, and wrestling for the 2023-2024 season. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Hey, at Premier Toyota, you'll find a friendly and easy-to-work with staff that'll help you find the perfect car. And whether you're looking for something new or pre-owned, Premier Toyota's got a wide selection of vehicles to choose from.
Plus, Premier Toyota has Toyota-trained technicians, so you know you're always getting the very best in service and repairs. Schedule your service and factory-scheduled maintenance today and keep your car running strong.
Stop by today and see why Premier Toyota is the #1 choice for car buyers. Let's go places.
Larry's Glass is veteran owned and has over 40 years of experience in glass replacement and installation. Whether you need a new window for your home, storefront, or vehicle, they have the expertise to get the job done. Larry's team of skilled professionals use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your satisfaction. Larry's takes pride in delivering outstanding service with affordable pricing and are on the Better Business Bureau honor roll. Trust Larry's Glass to take care of your glass needs, and you'll appreciate the difference that over 40 years of experience can make.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back to your Quick Stop pre-game show. The Rockets of Lincoln Northeast have made their way here into North Platte for homecoming. You talk about some little extra additives, but, how big can a homecoming night be for a team? It's almost like there's not many games where you can kind of circle something as a celebration, but homecoming in the high school world is kind of a big thing for a lot of social gatherings. But for the team, how much of a, maybe a little extra boost is it to know that it's homecoming day at home and then also, a chance to play even better and get the victory?
For the players, they probably look at it that where they can, go and play in front of a big crowd. Coaches look at it more like a week of distractions where, we have all sorts of things going on versus, just focusing on the important part, which is the football game. So we've done a pretty good job this week, of getting back and having a good week of practice and just trying to, although we have all this stuff going on, our focus, and the focus of homecoming is the football game. And so we're ready to go out and put on a good product for our fans and hopefully actually get a win in front of everybody at home for the first time this year.
Of course, Lincoln Northeast coming on in here yet, even though they've yet to score an official win in the victory column, still a team in Class A that you got to keep an eye on with some more explosive, dynamic players on the offensive side. Kind of take me through in your scouting for this week what you've identified. Okay, I don't want to take all too much of the information away from you. What kind of you've identified as some of the strengths and then some weaknesses for this Lincoln team?
They haven't necessarily been very successful over the last few years as far as wins and losses go, but, the kids from Northeast Lincoln are tough. They're hard-nosed kids. They're going to come out and they're going to play hard. Their quarterback's pretty solid. He can take off running when stuff gets tough. Our job is to keep everything in front of us and rally to the football and, make it as hard on them as we possibly can. Just like every game, we're looking to take away their run game and have them try to throw it over the top to beat us.
And of course you talk about they have yet to pick up a win this season and over the years not been the most successful in that win-loss column. And some people, of course me included, when we do sort of schedule predictions throughout the year, circle this as an easy win. And you've talked about distractions. How do you try to keep the team and their expectations in line so that they don't kind of overlook this Lincoln Northeast squad thinking it's going to be an easy victory? We're going to go out there and we're just going to pummel them into the dirt from the very beginning.
For this year, it's pretty easy. We have one more win than they do. And that's because we have one win. So, we focused on that just because they haven't had much success this year. You look back at it, and although, we're maybe a couple plays here or there from having more wins, we don't. And so, thinking that we're going to come and roll anybody at any time, we need to make sure we reflect back and do little things right so that, we can come out on the winning side of this one.
After a tough week of practice, Coach, take me through what keys you got to pick up the second win and start getting some momentum towards the end of the season with, after this game, two more games left to go.
Last week we were not as physical of a team as we wanted to be, so we want to get back to that, being physical on the front line. We're going to pound the football. We're not changing anything. We're flex bone all the way. We're going to come out. We're going to grind the clock, and we're going to run the ball. Defensively, we're going to, be tough and put a bunch of guys in the box and take away their run game and make them have to throw it over the top to beat us.
Love it. Coach, excited to see that hard-nosed football get back here on the floor at North Platte and Ballard Field. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Can't wait to see you after the conclusion of the game.
Hey, thank you. I'll make it up this week. There's no fireworks or locked locker rooms or, no one around to let us into where we need to go. So by the time I get up there, the radio show's over. So no, I'll be up after the game, I promise.
Love to see that. So everybody get ready to see Coach. Hopefully, maybe we'll lock the locker room this time just for the giggles to prank you there. But I won't get you that too bad. But we'll see you at the end of that game, hopefully with the Bulldog victory.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another Round Sports Bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
Due to COVID, Larry's RV went 16 months with few new RVs to sell. Then, fall of 2022, their manufacturers loaded them up all at once with all 2022 models. And they all need to move ASAP. So Larry's RV in North Platte is offering steeply reduced prices on all of the new Rockwood, Sunray, Bullet, and Milestone RVs. Now's the time to come look and save big on your next RV at Larry's RV in North Platte. And remember, with approved credit, budgeting in your new RV is even easier. Price reduction going on now at Larry's RV in North Platte.
You're listening to the Quick Stop pregame show. Your game coming up here at the top of the hour. Let's go around the area. Our Friday football preview for you of other games around the area. Let's actually start last night. Did have a couple teams from the area in action, both in D1. Perkins County downing Maxwell last night 44-38 in Sandhills Valley, handing Sutherland a 46-2 loss last night. Class A tonight's homecoming in North Platte. Bulldogs 1-5 on the year, taking on Lincoln Northeast 0-6 for homecoming at Bauer Field tonight. That game on FM 98.1 with Paxton Gordon. Class C1 this evening. Cozad at Sidney. Cozad's 3-3. Sidney, one of the best teams in the state. They are leading this district at 6-0. Everybody else is playing for second place. But if Sidney was to drop the ball tonight, Ogallala might be sitting right there ready to pounce. Have a good shot at Shadron. Long road trip for the Indians tonight to take on the Cardinals. 4-2 Ogallala at 4-2 Shadron. That game on Flat Rock 100.7. McCook is hosting Alliance at Wyland Field tonight. Both teams are 2-4 on the year, also in that C1 district from the area. Class C2, Chase County hosting Mitchell tonight. Longhorns are 4-2 on the year. Mitchell 5-1, and Hershey is at Valentine. Both teams 1-5. Class D1, no games tonight. Yeah, they were either last night or St. Pat's, number one team in the state in Class D1, with a bye week this week. Class D2, we've got some good teams from the area. Let's start with the number one team in the state, South Loop. They are hosting Mullen tonight. That should be a dandy between the Bobcats and the Broncos here this evening. South Loop, number one in the state. Dundee County Stratton, depending on which ranking you're looking at, is right there at number 2 or number 3. They are at Hitchcock County. DCS is 6-0. Hitchcock County, the defending state champs. Boy, it's been a struggle this year. They're 3-3. Tigers will look to get the win in that one here this evening. Hitchcock County always plays DCS tough, though. Maywood Hay Center 2-4. They are at Bertrand. Vikings also 2-4 on the year. And Medicine Valley still looking for their first win of the year. They are at 2-4 Loomis tonight. And in six-man football this evening, Garden County at Banner County. Southwest at Brady. Wallace 3-2 on the year is at 2-3 Paxton today. South Platte versus Minutair, and the number one team in six-man, Arthur County, is at Juanita Palisade 1-4 on the year. There you go. That's our quick trip around the area for Friday Night Lights. The Quick Stop pregame show continues after this.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop pregame show. They have 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop. Game time is just moments away on FM 98.1.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
It's football and volleyball season, and it's time to enjoy it while eating the best pizza and wings at Dave's Place.
Dave's Place is your fall sports headquarters with the biggest games on the TVs, the freshest pizza, and all new drink specials, including, you guessed it, the Whoop Whoop
Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, or online at davesplacenp.com. Beginning September 10th, Dave's Place will open Sundays at 11 o'clock. Whoop Whoop!
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KOOQ AM, North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
North Platte Post Sports.
Oh, Matt, everybody here, 2 Bauer Field. It's time for our Double Dip Sliced Creamery starting lineup. Double Dip Sliced Creamer in the historic Canteen District in North Platte. Offer 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Smeltzer, time to rock it into the next moon here. Give me that start here for Lincoln Northeast.
For the Rockets, Drew Van Dyke, Jason Brown, Landon Hoff, Brecken Wilkie, Carter Emery, Mike Dirksen, Levi Sherman, Laszlo Woodhead, Tyrell Miller, Trayson Havel, Corbin Nippelmeyer, and Ethan Covington.
And for your side of your North Platte High School Bulldogs, as always, Jesse Mock, 185-pound senior. He is a part of the A-back committee. Caden Johnson, the 170-pound junior, playing quarterback. Xavier Albertson, 215-pound senior. He is your lead B-back. With Eli Kemke playing wide receiver, 180-pound senior. Max Negley also on the starting side. He is a 185-pound junior. Landon O'Brien and both Eli Broman on the docket for North Platte High School. Logan Chitty normally would get the start, but he is out with his injury, of course. So it'll be Alex Gove, Seth Penn, Logan Bassard, Landon Greeno, and then Carter Dishman for the side of North Platte High School. So they deferred the kick, and with that, we are going to see the Bulldogs. They will be underway as they'll be taking over the kick real quick here.
I'm good.
As here we get ready to rock and roll. Once again, Luke Borges deep to kick off for North Platte High School. As always, with deep to return being on the side of Lincoln Southeast and the Rockets, it's going to be Jason Brown, as Brown's going to fumble it out of his hands at the 5-yard line. He'll pick it up and now make his way forward to around the 20, and that's where he'll get his start for the side of
and there
Lincoln
for the Dogs.
Southeast.
Kicker Luke Borges was there on the tackle, as well as Gabe Moreno. So,
starting position here for the side, Lincoln Northeast, around their 20, maybe 19-yard line.
Brown returns the ball out to the 19-yard line.
And sitting here for the side of North Platte High School. 1st and 10 shotgun formation for Landon Hoff. As Hoff steps it, and he'll hand it off up the middle, running his way forward. I believe that's Drew Van Dyke. Get the first carry for the side of Lincoln Southeast.
Looked like Logan Bassard is there to make the tackle for only about a gain of 2.
2-yard pickup for the side of
57 go on the tackle.
the Rockets, as once again we'll go into the shotgun formation. Actually, it was Mike Dirksen that picked up that first run for the day. He got about 2 yards on that carry, so with that, it's now 2nd and 8. Stepping back, Hop, looking to throw, throwing around the middle of the field. Almost intercepted. There in coverage for North Platte High School was going to be Eli Kemke. Bad throw from Landon Hoff. Almost intercepted, and with that, incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Jordan Yonkers was there as well, and looked like he and Kemke kind of collided and knocked the ball free. Otherwise, I think Kemke may have had an interception, but great defense there by the Bulldogs.
4 wide receivers on the field for the Rockets, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side, as Hoff still in the shotgun formation. He'll step back and look to throw with it on this 3rd and 8. Looking, it's some pressure. He's brought down by the Bulldogs there immediately. Logan Bassard, as well as I believe it's going to be Jackson Halverson there as well for North Platte. Big sack, huge loss for Hoff.
Loss of yardage on
big jailbreak right through the middle of the line for the Bulldogs, and Hoff had nowhere to go with it but down.
Big first stop for North Platte, and I think that is crucial, as last week they struggled to get off the field or get the opposing offense off the field. So a quick 3 and out for Lincoln Northeast. It's blocked on the kick. It's rolling around at the 10-yard line. As the Bulldogs block the kick, they still can run with it, as they didn't call a dead ball. And with that, they'll start now in beautiful field position at around, I think that's the 7-yard line.
Oh, great job, Bulldogs. I apologize, I didn't get the number of the one who blocked it, because there was about 3 guys who had a chance to block that punt. But regardless, it looks like the Dogs are going to take over just outside the 10-yard line.
It's Alex Gove that got there for North Platte High School. And with that 1st and 10 starting at the 11-yard line of Lincoln Northeast, as Johnson under center. He's going to hand it off Albertson, left side of the line, trying to cut through some members, and he'll fall down after a pretty modest pickup, maybe 3 yards for Xavier Albertson.
Looks like it was Wilkie in there for the Rockets to make the tackle.
So 2nd down and 7 for this North Platte squad. They are in beautiful scoring position at the 11-yard line of Lincoln Northeast, and the Rockets after a block punt by one Alex Gove. As now under center, Jonason in motion with it. The pitch out. Here comes with it into some open daylight and rolling into the end zone for North Platte. I believe that's going to be Sam Erbert.
Number 22.
Walking correction. That is Colin Pulowski, the senior, getting some action here as Pulowski waltzes his way into the end zone. Pulowski, a late substitution on that drive, catches the pitch out on that run, and with that, a touchdown for North Platte, 9 yards from Colin Pulowski. And with that, it is already now 7-0 for North Platte High School. What a start. One Jeff Smeltzer here. How about Colin
that's what you like to see. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
you love to see a senior do that on
homecoming.
On homecoming.
You know, and of course, Colin Pulowski not getting much action at this varsity level. Normally with those A-backs, it's Mock, Brecken Torres, as well as Eli Broman. But with how, last week played out, we did get to see a lot more Colin Pulowski as well as some of the younger guys. Sam Erbert, one of them. And with the way he played last week, it looks like Pulowski has made his way into some more game action here.
Yeah, and hey, you love to see it for the seniors, even, if their snaps were limited early in the season, to stick with it. They've been sticking with it for 4 years, and it's paying off. Love to see that happen.
And there it is right there. Pulowski gets the 9-yard rushing touchdown for North Platte High School after the Alex Cove blocked punt deep inside Rockets territory, and with that, it's already 7-0 in favor of North Platte High School as the ball has fallen off. We might be seeing a lot of that tonight, falling off of the off of the kickstand because of the wind. Is board just ready to rock and roll? It's an early 7-0 lead for North Platte High School. The kick, it's going to go deep. It's going to fly into the end zone. So Lincoln Northeast will get another possession starting at their own 20 this time. Bulldogs looked pretty clean on that first opening defensive possession.
They did look good, and Borges taking advantage of that wind from the north at his back, puts it through the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Rockets.
Bulldog front four getting some good pressure on one Landon Hoff, and with that, resulted in a 3-and-out, and now another set of downs here. Second offensive possession for the Rockets. Hoff in the shotgun once again. 4 wide receivers on the field, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side for Lincoln Northeast. Hoff steps back. He's looking to throw. Checks it down to his running back and in and out of the hands of that intended target, Mike Durkinson. And with that, another incomplete pass for the side of Hoff. He's now 0 for 3 so far. 2nd and 10.
Result of the incompletion brings up a 2nd and 10.
He had the open on that flat, but just couldn't.
He did, just dropped the ball. I don't know if the wind affected that at all, but Bulldogs will take advantage of that drop pass, make it 2nd and 10.
2nd and long. Once again, 4 wide receivers on the field. Durkinson in at running back. As Hoff will now take it up the middle. He's going to be immediately stopped after a gain of 2. So good defense once again up front. Landon Hoff. So it's now 3rd down and 8. We talked about, even though there's been a lot of rotation in the defensive line, that they have still shown that they are very powerful up front.
Yeah, they stunted that time, and they brought the little tackle and end, little scissors kind of action there. And Bassard took the place of Dishman on the inside, made the tackle along with Yonkers.
And with that, big 3rd and 8. 5 wide receivers on the field for the Rockets. Hoff stepping back, looking to throw. Free pressure once again, and he's sacked. I believe through the middle. Alex Gove is Hoff.
There is a
slowly
flag.
Get up, but there is a flag. Oh, I don't know. That was almost initially right off the snap. So I don't know if Gove gets called offside on it, or if there's a hold somewhere. But that was a pretty quick flag on that play. Hold, but that'll probably be declined.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Great defensive start for North Platte. Again, a 3-and-out on this Rockets offense. Now back-to-back 3-and-outs. Man, that defensive line, and how about Alex Cove already has name called twice today.
Yeah.
Blocked a punt, and now with a big sack, it's now 4th down and 18.
We'll see if they bring pressure again. Rockets are pinned deep in their own territory inside the... Looks like about the 14-yard lines where they'll snap the ball.
He dropped the ball again. So now he's in trouble. He's in the end zone.
Safety.
Are they going to call the safety? They might say he's down at the 1, but another.
That's better for the dog. We have somebody down, but...
down on the side of North Platte High School. I believe I see it's Logan Bassard.
Logan Bassard in on the tackle.
So Bassard makes the tackle, but he's down and in a lot of pain.
The 1 yard line. Bulldogs will take
So Bulldogs will take over on the 1, but we'll take an injury timeout. It's already 7-0 in favor of North Platte. When we come back here to Bauer Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications. North Platte Post. Well, I would say that, but he's already back. He's back up already. So I was going to take us to a timeout, but he sure did jump up quicker than it looked like he was in a lot of pain. But he's here, and now Bulldogs will take over at the 1 yard line after another miscue on the punt unit. So it's first and goal at the 1 as Johnson's under center. Hand it off. Here comes Landon O'Brien on the jet sweep. He walks into the end zone, but there's a flag down at the 1, a late flag. I think there's going to be a hold that was coming in. That was Drew Van Dyke had a free rush onto O'Brien, I believe. One of the offensive linemen held Van Dyke. Oh, you're saying a block in the back.
Block in the back.
So that what was it going to be? A nice touchdown into Landon O'Brien, the senior. Now turns into a penalty that'll push the Dogs back. And maybe that might be even a little better because this team sometimes likes to play with a little bit of space in terms of its outside pitches. It's now first and goal at the 11-yard line for North Platte High School. In this first quarter, 7:40 left to go. Johnson in at quarterback for North Platte. Once again, Albertson right behind him. Reckentors now in motion with it. Comes Pulowski again. Albertson off the right side. He's going to keep the legs turning. He'll fall down to around the 5. They'll say actually 7-yard line.
In there for the tackle for the Rockets, number 22. That looks like Gavin Paulson.
So another 4-yard pickup for Xavier Albertson. Second down and goal now at the Rockets 7-yard line for North Platte High. As late substitutions go out for Lincoln Northeast. Now, Johnson gets under center for the Bulldogs. Pulowski still in as one of the A-backs for North Platte. Reckentors in motion. Johnson's going to keep it. Spins his way and will fall down to around the 1, maybe 2-yard line. Another late flag. I mean, that is an ultra-late flag. The play is already done. Face mask on the side of the Rockets. I was going to say that was quite a late flag on the side of the back ref. But they'll call that against the Rockets and
be just a 1-yard personal foul as he got it down to the 2-yard line, so half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, sure worth that penalty there. It's now third down and goal. Under 7 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. North Platte leading 7-0. Back-to-back special teams mistakes for Lincoln Northeast now results in the Bulldogs at the 1-yard line. Johnson under center. Whoops. Oh, hey, whoopsie daisies there's a false start on the side of North Platte as everybody but Johnson was running their way. So another flag. That's now, I believe, the 4th flag of this game for either side. As what was a first and goal now takes us back to the 6-yard line. So third and goal. Oh, man, that hurts. As now third and goal at the 6. Here we go. Johnson once again going to be under center. Reckentors in, as well as Colin Pulowski. Under center. Johnson in motion. Reckentors. Pitch out to Reckentors. Has some daylight. Cuts his way into the end zone.
Standing up. Nice block by Pulowski on the corner.
6-yard rushing touchdown for Reckentors. And with that, the Bulldogs now take a nice advantage. It's now 13-0 at the moment for North Platte High School here in this first quarter. 6:32 left to go. Jeff Smeltzer, I love what I'm seeing already.
Oh, me too. It's good to start early, get out ahead.
Keep the momentum going.
Don't have to come from behind.
There you go, as here comes Luke Borges' kick, which will be on the way right here. It's up and it is good. And with that, North Platte High School now leads this one 14-0. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
CT Computer Services in North Platte is your one-stop computer shop, offering PC and Mac repair, in-shop, on-site, or remote services available for your home or business. They also offer PC sales and service of major brands like Lenovo and Dell, new and refurbished units in stock, and even custom-built PCs. Prices for every budget starting at less than $300. CT Computer Services at Phillip and Willow in North Platte, or call 534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
North Platte Post Sports.
As now here's coming up with a block in the back not called as it's Caleb Ano who has taken the kick up for the side of Lincoln Northeast, as there's going to be a late flag. And there is another, an ultra late flag that one was, but as Jeff Smeltzer pointed out as we're coming out of break on that kickoff return, a block in the back, so it goes from bad to worst for Lincoln Northeast. That's going to push them back even further after starting at the 16-yard line this drive. They'll now get pushed back even further, and Jeff Smeltzer, this Bulldog defense, specifically the front four, getting it done, and if you're a secondary member, you don't really have much to do today so far.
And we made this observation on the break. Bulldogs actually have more points than total yards here in the first quarter.
You love that, though.
Yeah.
And some people might say that's a bad thing because they sit there and be like, oh, no, what? It means your offense is not getting anything. They've started at the 11-yard line in Rockets territory and at the 1-yard line in Rockets territory on their 2 offensive possessions, so didn't really have to cover much yards. But here we go for Lincoln Northeast. Pistol formation, 3 wide receivers to the near side with 1 to the far side. As the handoff now going to come, bouncing to the outside and pushing his way forward for maybe about 1 yard. I believe that was Jason Brown for the side of, that's going to be Levi Sherman for the Rockets.
And there for the Dogs were the linebackers, Albertson and Yonkers.
He's going to say he lost 2 from the side of Sherman, and now with that, it's at around the 7.5-yard line in Lincoln Northeast territory. Man, the Rockets just have been unable to get anything going, and that's thanks to this North Platte defensive line, which has just been causing havoc already. Yeah. Back to that 4 wide receivers set in the shotgun formation. Sherman to the right of Hoff, to the near side, to the far side of the wide receivers. Hoff, quick throw out into the flat, picked up and tackled and pulled out of bounds on that quick slant. Levi Sherman.
Solo tackle out there by Jesse Mock, I believe.
Great wrap-up from Mock, and we'll say that's the first completion of this day, and it's a pickup of 4 yards for the side of the Rockets. So Sherman, and with that, it's 3rd down and 9 for Lincoln Northeast in this first quarter. 5:30 left to go. Shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers in. In at running back, Durkinson. Hoff steps back. Here comes another rusher. He's going to step up in the pocket, breaks through a tackle, and he will juke Xavier Albertson, but there are 2 North Platte defenders there to stop him. I believe it's Jackson Halverson that was there for North Platte, as well maybe Jordan Yonkers. And with that, another 3 and out for Lincoln Northeast.
Yeah, good to see open field tackling. Something the Dogs have struggled with at times this season, but here in the first quarter, they've been wrapping up, making nice tackles in the open field.
Oh man, they're going for it here on 4th down is Lincoln Northeast.
Do you blame them?
Jason Brown in at quarterback. He steps back now, and I think that's going to be a false start or has come out.
Timeout Bulldogs.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing that I just wanted to clarify there. Taking that kick was Jason Brown, but Brown moved before the snap even came, so that could have been called for a false start, but North Platte calls it timeout. But man, oh man, you talked about something in the open field tackles, and it's been tough to figure out, has that just been that they've been put in bad positions, or it's been the angles? I really think it's just been the angles, the cutting in angles, that have been the problem for the Bulldogs this season compared to them not actually, being able to wrap up and tackle.
Yeah, I think it is too, and I don't think I don't want to be negative, but I don't think we've seen a lot of the speed we've seen these last few weeks in practice. It's tough to simulate the speed of Jamez Ross and
some of these other...
The two kids from Grand Island were both very fast.
Carney's got a plethora of fast people.
Yeah, those two, Eli and Abel. Anyway, yeah, Carney had two backs that were
they were so
super
fast,
quick.
They were so fast it escaped Jeff Meltzer's brain.
Well, and I'm old. I'm long in the tooth.
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to put it out there. You said it yourself, but it's 4th down and 5 for Lincoln Northeast.
I'd watch a pooch punt here.
I wouldn't doubt it. Brown looked like he was about to.
Yeah,
Shotgun formation.
Yep.
Yeah, Brown's moving back now. He's going to get it and kick it. Lightly going to make its way to the 35-40, and it will get to the Bulldog 48-yard line. So a good punt from the Rockets, but the Bulldogs will take over in pretty good field position. We come back here, FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order. 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 House back in order.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, North Platte High School. Here at the moment, leading over Lincoln Northeast 14-0. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann of the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group. His new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As in motion now comes Jesse Mock, but Johnson's going to keep it. He's going to try to break out of the tackle of Levi Sherman, but can't do so. Sherman busting up through the hole. And a big loss for North Platte High School here in this first quarter. Now 4:27 left to go. That's a loss of 4 for Johnson. Also, thank you to our sponsors for today's game. Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota just south of I-80 in North Platte. Invite you to stop out and take a test drive here today, as well as another round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks.
Well, the Rockets have everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Oh, boy, they do. As Johnson's going to keep it. He's going to keep it into some daylight.
Yeah,
he's at the 15, 45, 40. He's got open room. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Caden Johnson, and you called it, Jeff Smeltzer. They had it all lined up at the line, and they were not ready for that outside run.
You gamble like that, and
Big touchdown for North Platte High School of 65 yards. And with that, the Bulldogs now take an even more commanding lead. It's 20-0 right now. I mean, Jeff Smeltzer, they had the whole county of Lincoln County in that front
and
7.
I said 5 yards, and by the time they snapped it, I think they were all within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage.
As Borges' kick is up, and it is good. I mean, that's the risk. If you try to stop, Xavier Albertson from getting anything going, you're going to leave yourself open to some outside runs. And Johnson was thinking about pitching to Eli Broman, but said, there's so much open daylight, I'll take it myself.
Yeah, great play call by the Dogs. I don't know if they saw something upstairs, but that worked to perfection. And 3:51 left to play here in the first quarter, and the Dogs are up 21-0.
And of course we try to stay optimistic in the sense of not getting over our heads with Lincoln Northeast. This team might be able to come in with a surprise or two and really put the Dogs on their heels. But so far North Platte's coming in and taking care of business.
How about Luke Borges?
Yep.
Either pinning them deep on a kickoff or kicking it through the end zone. They have to start at the 20. So
I don't think Lincoln Northeast is. I'm not joking here. They've only started at the 21. Since after that point, they have struggled to find any sort of momentum. As Borges' kick is now on the way, and it's going deep back to J.C. and Brown, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. And with that, now here comes the 4th offensive possession for Lincoln Northeast. They have gotten a 3-and-out in every single possession. And Jeff Meltzer, this looks like last week's game for North Platte against Omaha Westside, but this time
roles are reversed.
Yeah, this time we're Omaha Westside, as it's 3:51 left to go here in this first quarter. Bulldogs up 21-0, and it's you can't really say too much because North Platte, they're getting it done up front that nothing else in the defense matters at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like the Dogs have put in a couple of fresh defensive linemen there. I think Blake Tonkinson and Gabe Moreno are on the right-hand side.
As Hoff gets a quick turnout to Levi Sherman, his tight end. And had you look at that, this is the first down for the side of Lincoln Northeast on the Rockets on a 12-yard pickup from Landon Hoff to his tight end Sherman. 12-yard pickup and a fresh set of downs for the Rockets. Now at their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Still going with this heavy 4 wide receiver set to spread the defense out. Mike Durkinson in at running back for the Rockets. As Kemke looking to come with a free rush on the outside. No good. Barreling through him, man. That was through Alonzo Torres was Landon Hoff, and he'll pick up, I believe, a good solid 5 from Hoff for making a 2nd and 5 now. So yeah, you are right. There are some fresh defensive linemen. Alonzo Torres out there, and as well as Halverson's there, and I believe, as you said, Blake Tonkinson seeing some action now. Is once again 4 wide receivers, shotgun formation to the right of Hoff is Durkinson, and Hoff gets ready, sets, and he looks back to step back to throw. Rolling to his right now, has some daylight, throwing down the sideline. Oh! Almost intercepted by Jesse Mock.
Yeah,
not a
great
good
coverage,
throw.
Jesse. Yep.
As Drew Van Dyke, the intended receiver, and Jesse Mock was just all over Van Dyke, and he had inside leverage, and man, oh man, Hoff threw it right to him.
Yeah, nice job by the receiver to switch roles and play defensive back there, knock the ball free. Boy, it looked like a pick.
3rd
good
and
defense.
6. Again, the defensive line and the secondary getting it done right now for this Bulldog defense all over the Rockets. 3rd and 6, shotgun formation, trips to the near side as here comes Hoff trying to run his way forward. He gets wrapped up and he falls forward close to the first down marker. It'll be interesting to see what the near far side judge will place it. Oh, whoa, man, they give him a whole extra yard on that. And with that,
Looks
a
like
7-yard pickup, but there's a there's a late flag on the field.
I thought there was a hold. All right.
Okay, there is a hold call on the side of the Rockets.
Yeah, they were holding 18 that time. Who's that, Broman? I think Broman is
Eli
getting held
Broman
over here on the right-hand side.
I was going to say as well, but man, they gave the Rockets a whole extra yard on that carry.
But sometimes I have my Homer goggles on, and I didn't want to seem to.
Jeff Smeltzer, the ultimate homer here.
Ultimate homer. So I didn't say anything at the time,
but there was a flag. So with that, it's now third. Wow! Oh my good heavens, that's a big call. It's now 3rd down and 16 for Lincoln Northeast with 2:42 left to go. They did pick up their first down this drive, but so far got installed out once again. 3rd and 16. 4 wide receivers for Landon Hoff. In at running back now, I believe that's Cameron Bradford for the side of the Rockets. Now in motion, Sherman. Oh! And I think that's going to be called on North Platte High School and Xavier Albertson. I think he jumped offside and got the Rockets lineman to jump.
No.
Oh my gosh, they're going to say false start on the side of Lincoln Northeast. I don't know about that one. I thought Albertson clearly jumped off sides and then caused the Rockets to jump. But
he must have stayed out of the neutral zone. I thought he had jumped in there too, causing them to move. But
so what was now a 3rd and 16 moves all the way back once again. It's for third down and 21 for the side of Lincoln Northeast. Still in this 4 wide receiver set. 3 to the far side. Now it's been shifted into a 3 wide receiver set with Sherman in at tight end. Hoff steps back, looking to throw now, quick to Sherman in the middle. It bounces off of Johnson's head and picked up by Landon O'Brien at the 30. He breaks through a tackle. He's still on this movement. He's still going and is brought down at the 20. What luck by the Bulldogs. It bounces off of Sherman's hands, then off the face of Caden Johnson, and then picked off by Landon O'Brien.
Sherman, Johnson, O'Brien.
Oh my!
And the whole fleet of Rockets had to bring him down. That was good, tough running by O'Brien.
And how about the senior getting
Another
that
senior,
pick? And we have an injured Lincoln Northeast Rocket on the near side after that play. But man, oh man! First off, let's just give it to this Bulldogs secondary. Not just today, but for the last few weeks and this entire season, have come up so close to getting an interception or at least some sort of turnover.
Yeah.
And that time it was all up to luck and a little bit of some chance that they were able to get it.
Good pressure up the middle.
Yep.
Blitz. Albertson or Yonkers, I can't remember. Somebody blitzed right up the middle. forced a quick throw. 57 sure is walking gingerly there.
Okay, so that is the injured man there, Tyrell Miller, on the offensive line for Lincoln Northeast as well. He is walking, though, so that's good to see. But, man, he's in a lot of pain right now as he makes his way slowly towards the sideline. That is a starting offensive lineman for this Rocket squad.
He was in there on that tackle on the interception, and I don't know what happened there, but...
Zach Busher now coming in as a defensive lineman. Zach Busher is listed as a wide receiver defensive back, number 55, and now he's coming in on the defensive line for the Rockets. Now the Bulldogs will take over for yet again another possession, this time in good field position at the Rockets' 21-yard line. Jesse Mockin at running back now as one of the A-backs.
2:24 left to play in the first quarter.
As in motion was going to be Mock, as here comes a throw from Johnson, throwing it towards Brecken Torres. It's in and out of his hands as he caught it around the 2-yard line. He was wide open, and he had pretty good placement on that throw, Caden Johnson, but out of the hands.
That was actually a really good throw. Torres is about 2 steps. He had slowed down for some reason, and I think that was just enough to make it go off his fingertips.
And now it's 2nd down and 10, but great throw by Jones, and we've seen all season that when he's given some time to wind up, he can throw a really good ball and just a little bit out of the reach of Brecken Torres. Torres could have maybe made it, but 2nd and 10 in motion now. Directly comes Mock. Hand off to Albertson. Up the middle. He's at the 15-10. Still
Keeping
going.
his feet.
And he's going to waltz. Close to the end zone. He'll fall into the end zone. It looked like, from my view, his knee fell at around the 1. But they're going to say he waltzes in for the end zone. 21-yard touchdown run from Xavier Albertson as he barrels down his own lineman at around the 5 to get in.
I'm sure the student body of the Bulldogs are enjoying this.
They're loving what they're seeing.
Get to that running clock. They can get to the homecoming festivities a little quicker.
Man, the Bulldogs just getting it done, and you couldn't be more happy from what you see. We talked about this being a get-right game, and they are out there showing what this team can do as the kick is up. And it is good, and with that, we'll step aside. 28-0 lead for North Platte High School. He's still here in the first quarter. We come back, FM 98.1. AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field, where North Platte High School at the moment absolutely cruising against Lincoln Northeast. 28-0 here on homecoming night. Our timeout, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet B. 2:11 left to go here in this first quarter, Jeff Smeltzer, and it's 28-0.
Maybe. I'm looking at the scoreboard and it's showing 27. So. Did they make that?
Kickoff goes into the
They not put I think they just missed out on that extra point, didn't they? Because let's do the math here. Jeff Smeltzer, they've had 4 drives for North Platte High School, all resulting in touchdowns. So 4 times 7 is 28.
But they're showing 27. So he must have missed the extra point.
There's the one. You know what? There's the one nitpick we'll get into right now. The darn scoreboard isn't right.
Well, was it good?
I mean, I saw the sign. They said good.
Okay. I'm going to match the brand new shiny scoreboard, and if they correct it at halftime, I will correct the score on the stream.
So right now it's 27-0 official on the scoreboard again. Now 4 wide receivers. The handoff up the middle is going to be Hoff. He kept it on a great read option, but once again, there's North Platte on the defense. Up the middle, there immediately, I believe, there on the stop, Blake Tonkinson for North Platte. And Carter Dishman there immediately. Great stop by this Bulldogs front 4. And now it's 2nd down and 10. As now, here we go, another play for the Rockets. They've not been able to find any momentum at all in this ball game. 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Still in at running back is going to be Bradford. As Hoff checks it down, that's now to Brown. Brown in the daylight at the 25 and pushed out. Maybe at the 26, they might push it even back a yard as he took quite a nasty push off there, Jacian Brown. They'll say he got to the 24-yard line, so less yardage. Another good, easy check down pass for Landon Hoff. 4-yard pickup, first catch for Jacian Brown.
Yeah, good read that time by the defensive backfield of the Dogs. I think it was Jonason and others to drive him out of bounds for only a gain of about 4.
3rd and 6 now is Hoff stepping back, looking to throw. Throwing toward the middle of the field, and a one-handed grab by Brecken Wilkie. I mean, he was in smothered coverage by Johnson and Jesse Mock. He reached his hand up and he gloved it there. Goodness, Brecken Wilkie. And with that 26-yard pickup for the Rockets.
What do the kids say? He mossed it?
He mossed it. No kidding, he did there. But great catch from Wilkie, but still even better coverage for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you can't fault the coverage. That's just an amazing catch.
As they're now in the 4th play, the Rockets are. They're at midfield for the first time as Bradford now off the right side. He'll make his way forward for about a 2-yard pickup. And for the first time in today's ball game, we're looking at Lincoln Northeast and the Rockets now in Bulldog territory. As we're getting ever so much closer to the end of this first quarter. 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and it's 27-0 for North Platte.
Yeah, I think that was Alex Gove that drug him down after a gain of 2. But yeah, they in Bulldogs territory.
We'll just have to say, even though it was a great catch, it was a little lucky there. So they haven't shown much push on these drives, does Lincoln Northeast. But give them credit, they're now at the Bulldog 48. The pitch out. Here comes Durkinson. And going through the tackle of Caden Johnson as Durkinson will now get to around the 45-yard line. Johnson coming up for the tackle. Just missed it, and that's a pickup of 3 yards for Mike Durkinson. And with that, I believe it's 3rd and 5 now, and we're close to that end of the first quarter. We might actually hit it.
Yeah, we're
right here.
18 seconds.
Bulldogs leading in this one. 27-0 for Lincoln Northeast. 4 wide receivers on the field, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Sherman in motion. Hoff steps back, rolling to his right, looking, throwing in the flat to Sherman, and he'll catch the football and get pushed out of bounds. He'll get enough for that first 6-yard pickup, as it was Eli Broman in coverage for North Platte, and he tried to push Sherman out of bounds, but Sherman kept the legs turning, and he able to pick up those 6 yards and get the first.
This will probably be the last play of the first quarter. There's only 11 seconds left on the clock.
Shotgun formation once again for the Rockets. Within it, running back now, Mike Durkinson. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Sherman in at a tight end. The handoff, Durkinson off the left side of the line, getting pushed in by Eli Broman, and then brought down by Jordan Yonkers. Man, Eli Broman all over Jacian Brown. There's another flag on the field, but Broman pushing Jacian Brown right into Mike Durkinson, and because of that, that's a big loss for the side of the Rockets. And another flag for this Lincoln squad as checking back in comes Cameron Bradford. They'll still maybe give him enough chance for one more play, Jeff Smeltzer.
Hey, shout out to freshman making an appearance, 72, Jake Kincaid.
How about
out there left in?
Yep.
So
that'll move the ball back to the 49-yard line.
I believe we saw his brother a couple weeks ago against Kearney.
Yeah, he was here. Yep, playing for the Lopers.
Love to see that, though. Love to see what he's doing out there. So they'll have no time, as we'll have the expiration of this first quarter, but North Platte has been all over Lincoln Northeast, 27-0. When we come back here, 1st and 20 to Bauer Field, Bulldogs up 27-0 on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field. It's a 27-0 lead for North Platte High School over Lincoln Northeast, and the Bulldogs have been dominating from the get-go. Our timeouts, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann, the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortifying Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Bee. Hoff stepping back, looking to throw, now rolling to his right, throwing to Sherman, who's now at the 35, and he'll shake through a tackle at the 30, 25-20, and he'll get down to the 15-yard line. Big pickup for Levi Sherman, and with that, the Rockets are in, well, they're in the red zone for the first time today with that 32-yard pickup.
Great job by Sherman that time, keeping his balance as he tiptoed down the sideline. Looked like a couple times he was going to step out, but kept it in bounds.
Shook through a couple tackles once again, as for the first time today, Lincoln Northeast in the red zone at the 20-yard line on there now. Seventh play. Bradford off the left side, going to get the handoff, and he'll immediately go down. Good tackling on the side of North Platte, as I see. It's Jordan Yonkers there to stop Bradford. He might have gotten one. No, they'll say he got nothing. Second down and 10 for this Rocket squad.
I think maybe Gove was in there on the tackle as well.
Four wide receivers for the Rockets, to the far side, to the near side. Hoff in at quarterback, Bradford to the left of him. Hoff steps back, looking, throwing in the flat. Whoa, way upstairs, and it's going to be caught. Still going with it now. Brecken Wilkie, and still pick up 7 yards. Another tackle evaded as Wilkie picks up 7, and Lincoln Northeast starting to drive.
Kemke in on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Eli Kemke there in the stop.
And that brings up a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. Correction for the side of the Rockets here.
Yeah, wind at the back of the Rockets, so we'll see if that affects their passing game, if it makes it a little more accurate or not.
Hoff rolling to his right now off the snap. Rolling. Still rolling. Looking to the end zone. Over the head of his intended target. I believe.
Number 2.
That's going to be Drew Van Dyke. And with that, it's 4th down. And with the way that things have been going, do you go for it for the Rockets?
Well,
4th down.
Maybe they're just happy getting points of some sort.
But now here comes their kicker, Zach Michelson. Now coming in to kick for the Rockets, trailing 27-0. That 8-play drive started at their own 20-yard line. And now they're looking to kick exactly at around the 15-yard line. So a 25-yard kick on the way
in for the field goal
for Michelson. And this Rocket squad to get their first points today. As here we go, he lines it up.
Timeout.
Oh, and a timeout called on the Rocket side. And I believe they were out of time on the play clock too, so costly mistake. A timeout has to be wasted. Thank you again to our sponsors, though, for today's game. We'll be thinking 1, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. You'll find out more on 1510 East 4th Street, as well as Sand Hill State Bank, the most convenient brand in banking. Locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grand, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. It's 10:35 left to go here in this first half, 27-0. Jeff Smeltzer, what you've liked so far from this Bulldog squad?
Defense. Offenses look good too, but for the most part, defense has held their own. We'll see if they can keep the shutout going here as Rockets are lined up as if they're going to kick a field goal. We'll see if they do, in fact.
We've seen some tomfoolery and some trickery before, so now here come the Bulldog squad. 25-yard kick for Zach Michelson to at least give the first points for the Rockets here today. Really overloading the near side for North Platte High.
Yeah, they are.
As the kick is up, and it's blocked once again and picked up by nobody. Another blocked field goal, that time a field goal block from this Bulldogs special teams. And how about that? No good on that field goal. And the Bulldogs will take over at their own 15-yard line. Another special teams play.
Yeah, I don't even think that even went over his offensive line. I think it got somebody in the backside.
Well, after a great drive for, if you're a fan of Lincoln Northeast, comes up with no points, and here comes North Platte yet again. We'll see how this offense now will routinely look. It'll start at its 15-yard line, and we'll get to finally see if they're able to drive just as easy as they have been with now some real time under their belt. Is taking the jog on out there. Landon Greeno again, the new center, with Logan Chitty and Drake Ferris being down. Johnson under center. Albertson behind him. Albertson, off the right side there. That's going to be one. I believe that's Sam Erbert that took it from the B-back position for North Platte High School.
29, Alonzo Torres.
Oh, excuse me, Alonzo Torres. Yep. You know what? I need.
On the tackle.
Son needs to get out of these jersey numbers. It's Alonzo Torres picks up a good, strong gain of 8 for the Bulldogs. Torres getting his first action today. Love seeing, though, the mixing and matching of all these offensive players.
And I've seen a couple JV games, and he is a good runner.
Of course, Xavier Albertson, the main B-back, is in motion. Oh, it was going to be Torres, and that might have been a good pitch, but I believe it will be a false start on North Platte. Of course, Jeff Smeltzer, our I'd say our analyst of the JV squad. Take me through some of these. Take me through some of these younger guys that you've seen action today that have been popping off in the JV squad level.
Yeah, Alonzo's done really well. Of course, was it the Papio South game where he came in late?
Yes.
For Albertson, I think maybe had some cramps or something and performed really well in that game.
Yeah, only some good things to see in the future for this Bulldog squad is, I think, another false start for North Platte High School. So offsides on the side of Lincoln Northeast. So after a Bulldog penalty, we'll go essentially back to the original position. It's now 2nd down and 2 after all of that.
They're just testing my down and distance skills here on the screen.
I was going to say they're keeping you nice and going. So 2nd down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Alonzo Torres still in at running back for North Platte High School. In motion comes Brecken Torres. As Johnson's going to keep it and make his way up. He's in the open daylight. The ball comes out. Oh, no, and it's picked up on the side of the Rockets at around the now 30-yard line. There was Caleb Anno stripping or picking up the stripped ball as it just falls out of Johnson's hands.
He was fighting for extra yards. I can't fault anybody for that, but yeah. Lost the ball. Nice recovery by the Rockets.
That 4-play drive now ends up in a fumble for North Platte. And that was one of the critiques of Omaha West Side was that they turned the ball over because they're trying to get some extra yardage, and that's really been the issues for North Platte when it comes to their fumbling. They try to fight for those extra yards, and unfortunately because of that, they are prone to fumbling the football away.
Yeah, he was just trying to get a couple extra yards.
Now Lincoln Northeast will take over at the Bulldog 29-yard line. Whole bunch of confusion on the defensive side as Huff going to keep it up the middle. He's now at the 20, 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown for the side of the Rockets. The Bulldogs defense couldn't get set, and with that 29-yard touchdown run for Landon Huff, and with that, for the first time today, Lincoln Northeast scores its touchdown off of the 29-yard touchdown carry.
It looked like the D-line was a little slow getting set, and
a whole heck of confusion as we have a new kicker
different kicker here.
Yeah, the new kicker for the side of Lincoln Northeast.
Sam Roberts, maybe?
I believe so, as the kick is up. Oh, and it's off.
Doink.
It's off of the left post, as that was Sam Roberts. As there's 9:02 left to go here in this first half. It's 27-6. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great school year. Fall can mean weather changes and canceled practices. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Watch Facebook for CYS League information to get your 3rd through 6th grader registered for football, volleyball, basketball, and wrestling for the 2023-2024 season. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us.
North Platte Coast Sports.
We'll go back here to Bauer Field. North Platte High School now leading this one 27-6. Our timeouts, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, with still up to kick now for the side of the Rockets, Sam Roberts, after the 29-yard touchdown run from Landon Hoff, as Roberts, short squib kick, going to fall its way forward as we picked up on the side, I believe, there of Hofstetter, as he's now on the offside. He's at the 50, 45, 40, and he's tackled out of bounds at around the 34-yard line. Rance Hofstetter picks up that squib kick, and he'll put the Bulldogs in prime position here on this next drive for North Platte.
Yeah, very patient. Used his blockers on that right side, then showed a little speed. Did turn around or get the edge, get the corner there, and
Bulldogs will start at the Rockets' 35-yard line in this drive, looking to answer back following the touchdown from Landon Hoff. That really was just given up too easily on the Bulldogs' side, and they'll look to answer here and make amends for the fumble last drive as Johnson's under center. Hands it off to Alberts and almost got tackled. Johnson did, as making his way up now to around the 30-yard line. I believe a 4-yard pickup for Xavier Alberts. And man, oh man, Johnson almost got stopped immediately off of the hike.
Yeah, somebody came right through the line way too easy, actually.
I believe that was Landon Ritz for the side of the Rockets. Once again, 2nd down and 6. North Platte High School. The pitch out. Now here comes Jesse Mock with that speed. Mock now at the 20, 10. He will keep the legs turning, still going, and be pushed out of bounds at around the 7-yard line. Jesse Mock, with his first real big run of this season, going to make his way from all the way at the 30, now down to the 7. That's going to be a 23-yard pickup for Jesse Mock.
Yeah, and about 5 of those were all on his own, just moving the pile, moving the defenders, and 8:18 left to go here in the first half.
Bulldogs lead 27-6 now in the red zone again. Johnson stepping back, looking to throw, looking towards the end zone, up in the air, and almost picked up by the side, I believe, of Eli Kemke, as it was intended for Ian Cowdy. He had, again, another good chance to grab it a little high, but can't make the grab, and with that, 2nd down and 10. I do like, though, that they're throwing North Platte is this close to the end zone.
I'm not questioning the call. That was a good call. It wasn't that bad of a pass. A little hot.
No, just a little hot and a little high, but still gave his receiver the opportunity to go out and make a play. Just couldn't haul it in. 2nd down and goal. As a handoff, Albertson cuts back upfield into the end zone for the touchdown. 8-yard touchdown run on 4 plays from Xavier Albertson, and again the Bulldogs now increase their lead. Right now it's 33-6.
I think that's there all day. I think they run between the tackles anytime they want to. That was good running. I don't know if he got touched. I think
the really exciting thing about that run was just the shiftiness of Albertson to cut back towards the middle of the field, and because of that got the open distances. Borges' kick is up and good. It's now 6-33 with now under 8 minutes left to go here in this first half. Again, we talked about Albertson being the Brock Robley replacement in terms of stylistically, but Albertson this season has shown, I believe, a lot more shiftiness than Robley did. Robley more of that real big bruiser that, when he got the legs turning, he was going to keep going. But Albertson, the more shifty of the big backs, and that good vision to cut back upfield into some open daylight and into the touchdown.
Yeah, that's pretty nifty feat for somebody that's listed at 215 pounds. I wouldn't want to see him coming. He's a tough runner and has a little wiggle to him as well.
He does. And then, it's one of those things as well when you sit here and you're like, man, he's a senior as well. A lot of these guys that are seeing time, and that's just how high school football goes. We just sit there and be like, if only they just got more time to see them in this role and expand. Because Albertson, as well as Brecken Torres and Eli Kemp, of course we'll see more Brecken Torres next year. But guys like Kemke and Mock, who haven't had a lot of moments to shine, really when they do get that opportunity, are playing out.
And this will lead me into my hatred of Week 0 games, because here it is, October 6th, and this might be the last home game of the season.
It might be. Is that kick from Luke Borges going to be picked up around the 10-yard line on the side of Abraham McKay? It gets past McKay, and the Bulldogs will pick it up. So the special teams unit once again. You can sit there and say made the play, but McKay just missed the football.
He did, yeah. Ran up on it, and it went right past him, and that's...
And with that, North Platte retakes over. Now, here's the thing with kickoffs compared to punts. If you're punting the football and then the kicking team touches it, that's a dead ball. But on the punt and the kickoff, if nobody touches it, it's a live football.
Essentially an onside kick recovered at the 10.
North Platte picks up this extremely long onside kick now, and they'll start at the Rockets' 10-yard line. Man, this special teams unit here we go. We're seeing some reserves in there's Jordan Yonkers out there for North Platte in at quarterback, up 34-6. Yonkers going to keep it. Now make his way, shifting around. He's going to keep the legs turning. Wow, a late foul and around the line of scrimmage. Yonkers got towards the 1-yard line, but there was a hold on North Platte's side back at the 10. So with that, after a great run from one, Jordan Yonkers will, though, go back after the hold. But again, now we're starting to see the young guys start trickling in for North Platte High School, as we'll see a new quarterback in for the Bulldogs with one Jordan Yonkers. Of course, we saw Yonkers to start the season for North Platte, as they'll now be at the 20-yard line. Came in when Johnson was cramping up and did a really mighty job leading the Bulldogs on a touchdown drive.
Left side of the line is Jake Kincaid to tackle, and number 60 is the left guard, and I don't see a 60 listed here.
As under center now, Yonkers in motion. Kemke, Yonkers misplaced the step. He did give it off to one Xavier Albertson, who's still keeping the legs turning, and he'll walk into the end zone. A little bit of a missed snap.
Late handoff.
And extremely late handoff off of the bobbled snap, but Albertson from 20 yards out on the second play gets a 20-yard TD run, and with that, North Platte has extended its lead now 40-6.
Last touchdown, we talked about his elusiveness. This time it was his power.
Man, he just kept those legs turning. He spun around and just still kept going after being hit multiple times. And with that, now up comes the side.
Okay, and I see that they said signal that was good.
As another kick is good, and with that, it's 41-6. Jeff Smeltzer, I love this game because the Bulldogs are, of course, winning, and they're looking good doing it, but it's tough to really take anything away when Lincoln Northeast is having so many, systematic issues in terms of its special teams unit. 3 of these touchdowns are actually, I think 4 of them have come off of special teams errors.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say, is it North Platte making good plays, or if it's just, North Platte being in the right position at the right time when the Rockets make the mistake.
Well, when you start at the 10 and you start at the 1 and you start at
the 9 and all that stuff,
it makes your offense look really good. Really makes your offense look really productive. So, Rockets have a lot of things they need to clean up, and simple things. Even if you have to fall on it, you got to fall on that ball on the kickoff. You don't stand there and let it bounce past you. Hate to be critical of young man. I don't even remember who it was for the Rockets.
That would be. I have that for you there. It would be Abraham Nakang.
Okay.
Who made that mistake, as that little bloop kick going to go at around the 10-yard line and take a little bounce, as Caleb Anno will let it fly out of bounds. That's good. That's good awareness, though, from Anno as it goes out of bounds, and because of that, that's a flag on North Platte.
But that was very close to dropping dead right there, too, and but it just barely went out of bounds.
So Lincoln Northeast will now take over inside their own territory. 7:42 left to go before halftime. It's at this point, 41-6 lead for North Platte High School. And with that, the Rockets will start at the 35-yard line. One of their best field positions all day today. They did last time when they had the football on the offensive side, drove down for a touchdown as new quarterback in J.C. Brown, it looks like, will be taking over for Lincoln Northeast, number 5. Actually, correction, it's number 5, Brown up the middle with it now. Comes Durkinson, and with that, he might have gotten 1 yard. So Brown, J.C. Brown now taking over. He is their leading rusher. J.C. Brown is at 143 yards.
Those aren't good stats when you're 6 games in and your leading rusher's 143 yards.
And, of course, it's one of those things, Northeast not having the season that they have been hoping for, as it's 4 wide receivers set now for Brown. He'll step back, checking down to his wide receiver, Van Dyke. Van Dyke wrapped up by Jesse Mock as that goes out of bounds. And Mock reestablished his hands as, it's Van Dyke now down on the sideline with an injury as he's slow to get up. Got pushed out of bounds by Jesse Mock and now slow to get up for the side of the Rockets.
Yeah, nothing intentional about that. That was a clean football play. He wrapped up and just drove him out of bounds, and I don't know if he got tangled up with another person on the sidelines or...
The thing that I like about that tackle, though, is Jesse Mock got shoved off a little bit there by Van Dyke, and after that, repositioned himself and re-wrapped his hands around Van Dyke.
Yeah, Van Dyke
and drove him out of bounds.
Got a stiff arm in on him, and Jesse fought through it.
Shows good technique for Jesse Mock to not only just, get stiff arm, but still find a way to get his hands wrapped around his. Still down there is Van Dyke, and with this, we'll step aside and take a break. North Platte leading this football game 41-6. We come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allied Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another Round Sports Bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to 2-1 Bauer Field. Is taken off on the cart there was Drew Van Dyke as he was tackled out of bounds from Jesse Mock, and I think just had his knee get tangled up on going down and carted off. So don't like to see that, but it's good to see, though, that he's up with good spirits and waved to the crowd as he got carted off. But it's a 41-6 lead as third down now and 10 for this Rocket squad as J.C. Brown in at quarterback. Steps back, now rolls to his left side, looking to throw. Throws it to Sherman, he gloves it, and will keep the legs turning and be 2 yards short of that first down marker. So Brown, with his first completion, his second completion today, this time picks up 8 yards to Levi Sherman. And now do you go for it? And I believe they are going to go for it on the side of the Rockets. Another big catch and run for Levi Sherman. 4th and 2 for the Rockets.
Yeah, nice throw there by the left-hander. I'd go for it too. You're near midfield, and you've had a lot of issues on special teams.
Cameron Bradford in at running back, rolling to his right. The throw to Sherman. He gloves it, and he'll get it up for the first down and break through another tackle. And he'll be pushed out of bounds at around the 48-yard line as big pickup of 9 yards from Levi Sherman, and that's a first down for the side of Lincoln Northeast. And the Rockets 3 for 3 today so far from J.C. Brown.
6:51 left to play here in the first half.
Now at the 47-yard line of North Platte. Brown still in at quarterback. Trips bunch to the far side as Brown now take off, ready to run. He's at around the 45 and will fall forward to maybe the 43-yard line. A pickup of 4 from Jason Brown. Of course, Brown, the leading rusher for the Rockets, got some speed from the quarterback position.
Yeah, I was looking at that new program that you gave me here, and you tricked me. I flipped it over, and I was looking at Anthony Rizak as you had the West Side Warrior
don't look
program.
At that one. Yeah, don't look at that one.
Nightmares. We don't want to relive that one. Yeah.
Trips bunch to the near side for Lincoln Northeast. As once again, Brown off the left side, cuts back upfield. And is immediately stopped as he went back upfield. I believe the person's there is Jackson Halverson. And Brown is slow to get up. I mean, he cut right into Jackson Halverson. And Halverson was coming in with some steam. No game for one. Jason Brown is slow to get up. And it looks like he'll still keep going. But, man, what a hit by Halverson.
Yeah, Brown stopped to make a cut, and Halverson was moving.
Not having any of that cut.
No.
He was not having it. So it's 3rd down, and I believe 5 yards for this Rockets offense. Brown still in at quarterback. 3 wide receivers. Brown now runs off here to the right side, looking to throw. The lefty, wide open, Levi Sherman.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
And he can't glove it. He tried so hard there to put 2 feet down and get his catch in, but it just bounces off. It's still hurting on that back there is Jason Brown. He's holding his back after taking that hit, but incomplete pass the first for Jason Brown. And with that, 4th down and 5 for this Rockets team. For the second time today, they're in the North Platte side of the field as Brown going for the hard count. Can't get anybody off sides. Bulldogs looking to bring pressure here. Halverson at the line of scrimmage. And with that, a timeout is going to be called on the side of Lincoln Northeast.
Sherman had a step on the Bulldog defender that time. And
he did.
That could have been a dangerous play. And as I look across the field, it looks like the Rockets are warming up a couple people.
Yeah, I believe.
Might be a quarterback change, maybe not.
I see throwing out on the far sideline there, Gavin Paulson for the side of Lincoln Northeast. But Brown, man, took a nasty. He's still hurting with that back after that hit.
Yeah. He got stood up. 5:27 left to play in the first half.
Hey, I just want to let you know it's 41-6 at the moment right now.
Yeah.
This game feels like it's gone on for a long time. It's probably the longest. Feels like the Bulldogs have gone to the first half, and it's been 41 points for this North Platte squad. Here's a 4th and 5 for Lincoln Northeast as it's Cameron Bradford in at running back. Brown in the shotgun. Jason Brown. Now rolling to his right, looking to throw, lobbing it, and almost intercepted it into the hands of Levi Sherman. He'll catch it this time as almost intercepted by Eli Kemke, and Sherman picks it up for a gain of 15. What luck was that for the side of the Rockets?
Oh, nice defensive play, and Kemke just tipped it right into the hands of Sherman.
And he was right there to pick it up.
Yeah. Good job keeping his feet in bounds. He was aware where the sideline was.
Sherman had the same type of feet control on the play that he missed, but that time got it in. 4 wide receivers yet again for the Rockets. Brown stepping back, looking. He's going deep into the end zone, lobbing it up, and it's no good. And a late flag. That one on, I believe, Eli Kemke as he pushed the wide receiver, trying to get a number. I believe that one is going to be
incomplete. Number 19.
That's going to be Carter Amori right at the 7-yard line. I don't think it was too much contact on that push off from Kemke, but just enough to get Amori tripping, and that's going to be a pass interference, and that's big.
That'll be a 15-yarder.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was nowhere near Amori as Brown overthrew him.
Oh, I'll take my Homer goggles off and say that was a great call.
So it's now 1st and 10 for the Rockets inside the red zone for the second time today, as it's Jason Brown still in at quarterback. As in to play once again, Gabe Moreno and Jake Kincaid on the defensive line for North Platte.
I've been impressed with the JCN Brown. He's
got some real good
quicks,
speed,
and
yeah.
He's had some nice touch on some of these passes.
And he's a lefty quarterback.
And he's a lefty.
Love me a lefty quarterback.
Whoever I was watching warm up over there was also a lefty.
Oh, don't say that. As Brown rolls now to his left, has some immense pressure, throws it, good catch, and picked up almost out of bounds. Carter Amori, another good grab, 5 yards, and that's the benefits of throwing, to the left side.
Yeah, rolling left, throwing left.
Natural throwing motion for him.
Good tackle by Kimke as he wrapped up and brought him down right away.
5-yard pickup for Carter Amori. And with that, 2nd and 5 for the Rockets. Once again threatening to score at the Bulldogs' 10-yard line. Brown in the shotgun. Going to keep it now off to his left side. He's going to cut back upfield and breaks through almost one tackle, but many blue jerseys were there. I believe first on the scene.
Yeah, Gabe Moreno was there to make the tackle.
4:26 left to go. A 2-yard pickup for JCN Brown, and with that, it's 3rd and 3 for this Rockets side. As you said, Gabe Moreno there to pick it up with a good tackle. Wrap it up, Brown, to let a bevy of blue jerseys rush to him. 4 wide receivers once again for Brown in the shotgun formation. Bradford to the left of him. Brown steps back, looking to throw, going towards the end zone, and broken up once again by Eli Kemke. Brecken Wilkie, the intended target for the side of the Rockets, and with that, another incompletion. It's now 4th down and 3.
Yeah, really good coverage by Kemke that time, and
they're going to come on to kick this one again. Wow, I don't want to make an observation, but Sam Roberts is really short.
Yes.
I think he's 5.
And they don't list their grades.
I believe he's 5'5" from what I remember talking to their coach before this.
I don't know if he's an underclassman. I would assume he is. I don't know.
So here comes Sam Roberts again. 41-6 is the lead. As here comes the kick. It's up, blocked up front. Oh, but it just barely makes it through. It did get tipped at the line of scrimmage, but Roberts is there to get the field goal. And with that, it is now 41-9 in favor of North Platte High School with 3:51 left to go. Now, we saw some trickle in of the underclassmen last offensive set for North Platte High School. How much more do you think we're going to see before halftime? Because I'd expect out of halftime the Bulldogs will probably put in a lot more.
Okay.
But on this potential last drive.
Sitting in a 32-point lead.
Yep. We saw Jordan Yonkers be the quarterback in that last drive.
I think maybe you want to score before halftime and maybe get another one. Start the second half, get that running clock going.
Yep.
They can't hear me, but Husker fans would appreciate a running clock in the second half.
Yes, as the Husker game is
underway.
Well, let's just be a little mad at the Huskers. Friday night football is for the high schoolers.
Yeah.
So can't take all the spotlight Corn Huskers, especially if you're going to be as bad as they are. Sorry, K-State fan here coming from Kansas State University. I'm sorry, but
part of getting those big TV contracts for the Big Ten is you have to take your turn playing on Friday night.
And so it's a 41-9 lead for North Platte High School, and I'm excited because I've always loved just seeing the younger guys. Of course, I'm a busy man, so sometimes I can't go out to see the JV games as much. So the fact that I'll be able to see, I saw them last week, and then I'll see probably more this week, not only makes me excited for what's to come in the future, but just get to see how, where the starting point will be now into next season for them.
Yeah, there's some good youngsters coming up.
Yeah, of course, we talked about, the trio of the Torres brothers, of course, Brecken with Alonso as well as with Gabe Moreno. So there's a lot of them that'll be coming up here. So didn't mean to put Gabe Moreno for Torres, but an onside kick coming in for the side of the Rockets, though picked up on the side of Max Negley. He's now at the 50-yard line, still going. Max Negley, he's going to keep the legs turning, still going, and put down by the 20-yard line. Max Negley able to pick it up and run his way forward all the way to the 20-yard line for North Platte High School to start their drive off. And we are going to see those young guys out there as I see Alonzo Torres, Sam Herbert out there, Landon O'Brien, Jordan Yonkers is out there, I think Ian Cowdy, I think, as well, is out there. So we are seeing the younger guys start to get some trickled in action for North Platte. Yonkers in at quarterback. Alonzo Torres right behind him. Yonkers in motion. Herbert. Oh, he's stuffed immediately yet again. This is the second time that's happened. Is it Trayson Havel for the side of the Rockets, bursting through the hole as the snap gets off, and before Yonkers can even hand the ball off, he gets tackled, so no gain on that run from North Platte.
3:20, right at 3:20 left to play here in the first half.
He got stuffed, immediately out of the gates. He didn't even have a chance to hand the football off. As Havel has done that a couple times this game, as once again, 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line. Herbert in motion. The pitch out to Sam Herbert. He's going to have some space for the legs. Hit the open field. Sam Herbert with the touchdown. He exploded through that open hole, and that is a 20-yard touchdown for North Platte High School on a 2-yard drive. 20-yard touchdown to Sam Herbert.
Oh, I love that speed.
It is insane to see him explode. The patience he had to let the blocks get in place and then use that acceleration to burst through the hole into the touchdown. And with that, it's now 47-9, pending this extra point as it's up. And it is good. So it's 48-9. But man, Jeff Smeltzer, we've talked, sparingly about Sam Herbert and his speed throughout this season, and right there shows the extreme explosiveness he has. That kind of reminds you of Colton Tilford from last year.
Yep, and Genatone before that.
Yep.
There was a good kick out by the receiver that time, and I did not see who that was, but they took care of the defensive back on that right side.
I believe that was Landon O'Brien on the right side of the line there for North Platte. But again, the young guys getting some more action. We saw Alonzo Torres get a nice 8-yard run, and Sam Herbert now explodes for a 20-yard touchdown run. That not only is just good to see, but that also brings up the confidence for them to work hard in the offseason, because their time's coming.
Yeah. And unfortunately, through injuries, we've had to cycle through a lot of linemen this season.
Yes.
So they're getting a lot of experience.
And that also is the downside of this line coming back, the most return starters on that line, and they've been doing such a fantastic job to see them not be able to finish the season off. At the moment, Chitty and Ferris essentially done, barring a miracle for Logan Chitty, that they go into the playoffs, but that is the downside of those injuries and the seniority. You don't get to see them finish out their careers. Now we're going to take another bobble at the 10, and once again fall out of bounds. Now back-to-back drives, that the kick from Luke Borges will go out of bounds, and good awareness once again from Caleb Anno not to pick it up.
Kickoff goes out of bounds. There is a penalty flag down.
Oh, there is a. That's for North Platte. I was going to say
that'd be for the out of bounds. Yeah.
So don't get me excited now.
So close, though.
It just takes those bad bounces, and there's nothing to control on those bounces. On that. So Lincoln Northeast will start at the 35 yet again. Thank you again to our sponsors for today's game. We'll start with one CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005. 2:56 left to go here in this first half. It's a 48-9 lead, as once again JC Brown in at quarterback for Lincoln Northeast, and in that running back there, I believe still is Durkinson.
I think maybe it's
21. But that might be
I think
Caleb Paulson as well. As there's a flag down. Is Paulson going to take it? Slowly going to make his way around the edge, and a big old bevy of North Platte defenders are there. I almost felt like Paulson was trying to wait to see if the play was going to get called blown dead with how quick that flag came out.
There is a penalty flag down on the play.
He hesitated, but Broman and Jonasson came in full speed.
He did not hesitate on that one, as that flag's going to be on the side of the Rockets. False start. Will they accept it? They will decline it. So Paulson now checking in for the side of the Rockets. Picked up no gain on that play, so 2nd down and 10 for the Rockets. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. 2nd down and 10. Pistol formation. Paulson once again behind Brown. JC Brown gets the snap, stepping back, looking to throw. He's looking, still surveying, has some pressure, throws it to the middle and almost intercepted, but just outside of the reach of his intended target, Evan Davis. So Brown will miss another pass, and with that, it's 3rd down and 10. Davis, the intended target for the Rockets.
Dogs can hold them here. They'll get the ball back with Well, right now we're at 2:42 left to play in the
plenty of time with
first
the way.
half. Yeah, plenty of time
with the way they've been scoring.
I think
they have all their timeouts as well. Yep. So it's 3rd down and 10 for the Rockets. Paulson in at running back. 4 wide receivers on the field. Brown in the pistol. Gets the snap. Albertson, free rush up the middle. It's a plethora of Bulldogs, and down he goes. Is there for the stop. Logan Bassard as well, I believe.
Dishman.
That's Carter Dishman as well, and Xavier Albertson with the pressure. I mean, Albertson came absolutely unchecked, and then because of that uncheckedness, Bassard and Carter Dishman also pile on one. Jacian Brown, as he's still in a lot of pain with his back. Holding his back yet again, a big loss for this squad of the Rockets. It's now 4th down and 20. They're going to go for it in the shotgun. Brown, low snap. He's going to do another one of those kicks. It's going to fall at around the 45-yard line. Take a nice bounce. Still bounce, and will be picked up by Lincoln Northeast at around the 37, 38-yard line in Bulldog territory. Also, thank you to our sponsors for today's game. One, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to stop out and take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places. So Herbert, as well as Alonzo Torres, look to be the lone reserve units besides Jordan Yonkers on the field right now. Cowdy on the near side. We're going to have 2 wide receivers flexed out, one to the far side, one to the near side. This is a new formation for North Platte High School that they're showing off right here.
Looks like the starting O-line is out there.
Colin Pulowski on the far side as well for the Bulldogs. As Yonkers under center. Pulowski in motion. Yonkers going to keep it. Make his way up the middle of the field. He'll get to the 40 and fall forward. A pickup of 9 yards for Jordan Yonkers. As here comes Kemke and Broman. Out goes Pulowski as well as Ian Cowdy.
Gain of 9 on the play.
9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 1. Still plenty of time. 1:34 left to go for North Platte if they want to score before going into half, leading 48-9. Yonkers under center once again. In motion, Sam Herbert. Handoff up the middle. Lonzo Torres has some daylight. He's going to fall forward after a pickup of 7 yards from Alonzo Torres.
29, Torres on the carry.
Love to see that from Alonzo. And with that, a first down for the Bulldogs at the 48-yard line.
Daniel and Finster in on the tackle.
As
the run is good enough to bring up a
here we go for North Platte High School. 1st and 10.
Clock's running, 1:10.
In motion now. Eli Broman, the pitch out to Broman. He has some daylight and some good blockers. Now upfield at the 40, and he's brought down around the collar. Oh, I don't want to say that could have been a horse collar tackle, but they won't call it. But a good pickup of 12 yards from one Eli Broman, and with that, Devin Fenster with the tackle. But a first down for North Platte now at the Rockets' 38-yard line. Yonkers under center. Broman. Thought to be in motion. The pitch out. Here comes Sam Herbert. He has a lot of daylight. He wants to bounce it. Cuts upfield. He cuts again. 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. I mean, the way he explodes out of those cuts is absolutely insane. It looked like he was going to get stuck trying to cut upfield, but found a small hole, and he exploded for a 38-yard touchdown run.
The change of direction at full speed. Nice job, young man.
It just reminds you so much of Tilford and, Genetone. It's kind of scary. As now it's 54-9 following the 38-yard touchdown run. Make that now 55-9 as that touchdown run from Sam Herbert. Man, oh man, what a play from Herbert. And I think, we can of course talk about the speed that he showed there, but I think really it's his patience to let the play set up first. And that's kind of the thing sometimes we haven't seen from these, these A-backs for North Platte High School in this flex-bone offense is they sometimes haven't let the play develop in front of them. So what could have been potentially big plays, it didn't develop. And right now, Sam Herbert showed that, if you do wait just that half second and the hole opens up, he blew through it and got that touchdown.
And Eli Broman had a great block over there on the left side. There's another one too, and again, I apologize, I didn't catch that one, but I was tracking Eli on that one.
And I think that's also something that I wouldn't say gets unsung, but kind of people forget about is just how well this wide receiver core for years the North Platte Bulldogs have done it. Being able to block guys, and of course you kind of have to be like that with this flex bone, Bulldog football. But they do such a fantastic job of holding on to their blocks at just the right amount of time and being at the right place at the right time. As here comes Luke Borges up to kick again, 55-9 with 37 seconds left to go before the half. A short kick picked up on the side by Joshua Varga. He'll make his way upfield. He'll get to maybe the 25-yard line, and that's where he'll be stopped. As Lincoln Northeast will take over at their own 25 with under 30 seconds. 30 seconds now left to go. As what an offensive day for North Platte High School, man. They have just looked so good against this Lincoln Northeast squad, kind of shaking off the horror fest that was Omaha Westside last week. So 1st and 10 for the side of North Platte High School. Lincoln Northeast as it's J.C. and Brown in the pistol yet again. Hands it off to Bradford. Bradford now at the 40-yard line. He'll fall forward to about the 42. So a pickup of 7.
Bassard on the tackle. Drug him down from behind.
7-yard pickup on the side of Cameron Bradford. Big 6-yard pickup, but that might almost take us into the end of this first half. We're here in the first half. Normally the Bulldogs known for their, clock management and eke as much clock away, but we'll now run out of time as we're going to go to halftime. Man, oh man, what a first half for North Platte High School. They at the moment lead 55-9. Of course, we talked about how this Lincoln Northeast squad yet to pick up a victory. We all were anticipating the Bulldogs to come out and get the business done, but not only did they, execute on that promise, but they have also shown some of the younger guys time, and they've been also picking up and doing good with that time given to them.
Yeah. The Dogs have stayed focused. Sometimes you come into a game like this where you should win, and sometimes you lose focus and you get sloppy, but that really hasn't been the case. They've been pretty sharp for the most part.
You might want to say Omaha Westside from last year.
Yes.
Exactly like that. And that's a clear example of, a team that came in and overlooked North Platte, and North Platte played up to that competition and took down Westside, and that could have been this could have been the trap game that people talked about. You of course come in and say Lincoln Northeast, look at their schedule the last few years, look at their record the last few years, and been like, well, they have barely been able to win these games, so this should be an easy victory for North Platte High School, and that kind of turns into a trap game that then the Bulldogs could trip up, specifically after such I'll say a terrible week last week for that Bulldog squad. The fact that they then come into this week where it could have been, I wouldn't say just as bad, but they could have tripped and continue to trip and fall to this Lincoln Northeast squad. They have not been doing that. They have been putting the pedal to the metal and have been getting the job done, tackling on point. There's been a couple of missed tackles, but they not only have it's been solo tackles, but team tackles is what I want to say. One person gets wrapping them up, and then the rest of the team goes to dogpile them. Front four getting the job done. Landon Hoff and then J.C. and Brown have been unable to find any comfort in the pocket to throw, passes. And then the running attack has just been non-existent because of that front four. And so close to some interceptions for this Bulldog defense.
Yeah, and this is a week where you're kind of playing against yourself. It's just, can I get better? Am I focusing on my assignments? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Just work on getting better.
Better. And you know what? I think they have gotten. I think, again, anything looks better than last week with, the 1.3 yards, average yards that they got on that rushing attack. So anything today will look better. But, let's highlight before we get into our quick stop halftime show, some of the young guys. Of course, Lonzo Torres has come in. He's got 16 total rushing yards on 2 carries. Yep. And then you got Sam Herbert, 2 touchdowns already, a 35-yard touchdown run, and then a 20-yard touchdown run. These are guys that you'll be seeing a lot more next year, and you made a comment in the pregame off the air that, these guys, you've seen the North Platte starting lineup. You see how filled out they are in terms of their physique and the strength training. Some of these guys, Gabe Moreno as well, and you can say as well for Alonzo Torres, still have many, months of off-season work to put on some more bulk. And with how we've seen some of these guys transition up in the weight class, that only brings exciting news for next year with how explosive they are right now.
Yeah. Kudos to the weight staff here at the high school.
Yes.
Doesn't look like too many of these guys miss conditioning aways,
And they love it. I've walked down the halls to go talk to Coach Altig, and they just love to go out there and of course get out there training every single day.
Yep.
And it shows. It shows out there when you see some of these Class A teams that have those 5-star athletes that they look like physical freaks, but North Platte, you can go up against them. A lot of these teams in their front four have struggled against this North Platte line and their secondary as well.
Yeah, there's no 5 stars on the Bulldog team. I'm not talking out of school. There's just not. But they've made themselves better. They're making themselves as good as they can be. We don't have 6'6", 300-pound linemen. That's just not who we are. We're 6 foot and under, and 220, 230, but
they sure do get a lot done.
Strong and tough. Strong and tough.
And of course you'll look at someone like Drake Ferris and that offensive line this year. They come back fully, and it wasn't a talk of how are they going to get beat. Their size is an issue. It's more of how is the other side going to be able to handle the aggressiveness and the physicality that they brought, and that just only brings more excitement for next year because the young guys are probably getting told, hey, you're going to get some time now towards the end of this season, whether it be due to injuries or like in this specific game where it's 55-9 and you're going to get more time. But next season, that off season, if you put that work in because it's going to be your time to finally show what you have been showing some flashes of. And if you get that that physique up like we're going to train you to get, the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Yep, and going all the way down, I've got a son who's a freshman, so I've been watching the freshman football games. I think they've got between 45 and 50 kids out for football.
Love it.
So it's building. I drove by Adams Middle School today on my way home from McCook, and it looks like there's good numbers there in the middle school too. So it's building. They're coming up.
That's love it. Love to see that. More talent on the way. As the talent so far tonight for North Platte High School on full display as they're up 55-9 over Lincoln Northeast. We'll step aside and take a timeout. We come back. Quick Stop halftime show right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Toyota lovers, are you in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle or need top-notch service? Premier Toyota's got you covered. Their knowledgeable and friendly staff will help you find the perfect ride to fit your lifestyle and budget. Plus, their state-of-the-art service center is staffed with expert technicians who will keep your vehicle running like new. Visit Premier Toyota today and experience the best selection, service, and prices around. You won't be disappointed. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, looking to start a new career? Larry's Glass in North Platte may just have the position for you as they have an opening for a glazer. What does this glass glazer do? Installs glass in commercial and residential areas, and you'll be installing windows, doors, showers, mirrors, and so much more dealing with glass. If you've been or had carpenter experience in the past, this position may be just the fit for you. And even if you haven't and you have a certain skill set, Larry's Glass will train. Stop into Larry's Glass on West 5th Street today to apply.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Due to COVID, Larry's RV went 16 months with few new RVs to sell. Then, fall of 2022, their manufacturers loaded them up all at once with all 2022 models. And they all need to move ASAP. So Larry's RV in North Platte is offering steeply reduced prices on all of the new Rockwood, Sunray, Bullet, and Milestone RVs. Now's the time to come look and save big on your next RV at Larry's RV in North Platte. And remember, with approved credit, budgeting in your new RV is even easier. Price reduction going on now at Larry's RV in North Platte.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ AM North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, I'm in the halftime here. I'm not going to lie. With how fast normally North Platte High School Bulldog football goes, it feels kind of late right now. It's 7:32 to this halftime's down at the moment. It's a weird new experience for the Bulldogs here, but not because they're struggling with offense. They are cafoodling. That's the word I'm going to use today. 55-9 over Lincoln Northeast, and I mean everybody has looked extremely good for this North Platte squad, whether it comes to the starters or the reserve units that come on, and maybe hopefully even the younger guys other than the reserves get to come on. But 55-9, and we'll get into our game stats sponsored by Skiles, Luke Bremer, and White. We'll start, White CPAs, where they are your partners for the future. We'll start on the side of Lincoln Northeast. 90 total passing yards. JC Brown as well as Landon Hoff combining for those 90 yards. I mean, they've gotten some good passes on the side of Lincoln Northeast and a lot of good momentum. They just haven't resulted in points in those 90 yards between them as they just struggled to really get any momentum going. They got that one touchdown and then faltered on the offensive side after that point on.
Yeah, early on, the Dogs were bringing a lot of pressure. I think they've kind of dropped off.
Yes, of course. More like Alex Gove hasn't been going at 100%. It feels like.
Yeah. Gove and Yonkers just right up the middle. We're just totally harassing the quarterback there in the first quarter.
They couldn't do anything about that. Landon Hoff is having some nightmares about Yonkers, number 10, as well as 57 making their way through the line. But, they couldn't find any passes. They got some good, again, numbers-wise, it looks pretty good. 53 rushing yards, but those yards just kind of feel like empty, hollow yards. They haven't gotten anything going offensively.
Yeah, they couldn't string anything together.
They'll get a big run and then a penalty, and then it'll just derail the entire drive.
It seemed like when they were moving the ball with the second quarter, wind at their back. I look now, and it looks like maybe the wind has died down almost completely as I'm looking at the American flag over there. Doesn't seem to be moving much.
So their advantage is all gone now.
Yep, so they're stuck. They're just going to be spinning their wheels. So we'll see what happens second half. Pretty sure we're going to have a running clock to get right from the jump.
Right from the get-go.
And we'll see how long Coach Altig will keep starters in there, if at all. I don't know if they'll even bring them out.
I honestly don't think so, because we've already seen the inkling of those reserve units coming on. We'll get on to the North Platte side offensively. 184 rushing yards, as we talked about a couple weeks ago. That's around their average, 160 into the halftime. And that's not because they're struggling to find any momentum. It's just they've had so many short fields. For the first quarter alone, they started at the 11, at the 1-yard line. They started their own at the 45, then at the 21, and at the 15-yard line. It's like they don't got a lot of yards because they're starting at the Benute average at the 15-yard line of Rockets territory.
1-yard drives and 11-yard drives don't add up very quickly. So
no, but and the good thing about those is they're resulting in ending in touchdowns. There's sometimes when you'll pick up a fumble or a turnover at the 10, and you're like, they were perfect position, but you can't execute it. But the Bulldogs so far today have been able to execute on those short and goal situations, which I don't think really has ever been a problem for the North Platte, specifically this year. Last year, they were a more speed-oriented offense. Brock Robley can run it up the middle, but normally it's the Colton Tilford show, and sometimes they'll get thwarted, at the 5. But so far right here, looking like smooth and well-oiled machine is how I'll say it.
Yeah, they look very good. Lions doing their job. Skill positions doing their job. They didn't throw much. They only threw a few times.
I believe twice, and those were both incompletions. But
very close.
Both those throws from Johnson were, in the area where the receiver could have made a play.
Yeah, they got their hands on them. They weren't perfect balls, but they got their hands on them. But I doubt if we'll see any passes here in the second half.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on who the quarterback's going to be. Jordan Yonkers, of course, a American Legion baseball pitcher, probably trying out for baseball this year. Yeah. He's got quite an arm, so I know he can throw it. And I believe the other quarterback that's on the roster for North Platte is Jaden Dowsey. He, in some of the throws that I've seen in the warm-ups, he also has he has actually a bigger cannon than I think any North Platte quarterback has right now.
I know they can sling it. I just don't know if being up 55-9.
No, they don't.
They'll just even if it's 3 and out, it'll be 3 and out.
Yeah,
3 runs and punt. I don't
think they'll try to expand the play. Yeah. Well, expand the playbook. Flip the page over to the other side. When it comes to Bulldog offense, but I think the excitement in this second half is going to be the sing of these young guys. We've talked all season about talking in the starting lineups how Albertson's a senior, Mox a senior, Kepke as well as O'Brien are seniors on the skill position side. So a lot of these guys will be graduating this year, and then we'll be seeing a lot of new skill position players next year. Yeah. And now this is a good time to see them in action, not just for a short stint. We're talking about a whole second half here, right. Which that's a lot of game time and a lot of game tape that you can take away.
Oh, for sure. Yep. Yeah, it's good to get some eyes on some of these younger guys. And for the seniors, again, I'm going to go back to my hatred of week 0, October 6th. These seniors, this is their
last game.
Last home game.
It's good that it falls on homecoming.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of got some little rah spirit to it. But, no, I totally agree with you. As next week, traveling to Norfolk and then Papillion on the road as well. But you can say that, but at the same time, last year we had 3 of our last games being at home against Norfolk, Papillion, and then Creighton Prep. So we kind of had a little bit of the benefit of that last year in that situation. But I totally agree with you. Ending right here as the last game. Of course it couldn't go in a better way right now. They're winning 55-9, but you just wish to come back one last time, in front of this crowd to just do it all over again for the seniors.
And stranger things have happened. Maybe they can win the next 2 weeks as well.
Again, this is high school football. There's been some crazy stuff that can go on here. Of course, North Platte defeated Omaha Westside last year.
Yep.
And Westside, is almost essentially the same team as they were last year, maybe barring a little bit better, and they then come out and trouts us 63-0. So anything can happen. It just will take a lot of things going the Bulldogs' way if they want to, make it to district playoffs. They got to, at the minimum, win these next 3 games, including tonight, which they will pick up the victory. So they'll have to win their next 2 games. They win, and it has to be pretty dominating because they're going to need the power projection points. They're going to need a lot of those teams that are above them because there is a gaggle. I'm not going to lie. If you look at the power projection, a gaggle of teams that are around 500 or below 500 that are separated by like a couple of points.
Well, I saw a strength of schedule the other day, and the Dogs are like top 3. I don't know.
They are. It helps that they're also playing, Westside and Kearney, who are top 10 teams.
Right.
I
think Grand Island's still top 10.
Grand Island's having a great year this year. That's a 1-point loss. That's good. That's some good numbers for them. And of course, maybe you look. Of course, if they've got those victories against Scottsbluff, Grand Island, maybe you're talking about a whole different place where they're at right now. But it will take a lot to have the Bulldogs get into the district playoffs. And we saw with softball yesterday, if they get into playoffs, anything's possible.
Right.
A lot of people were saying that it was going to be a Papillion doubleheader, in the championship match, Papillion-La Vista South. But North Platte trailing 8-3 comes back with 3 2-run home runs in the 6th, in the bottom of the 5th, and the bottom of the 6th to make it the championship game. So anything's possible, if given the opportunity to. It's just it's tough because the Bulldogs have to play perfect these next 2 games.
They do. And hey, congratulations! Great season by the Lady Dogs softball team.
And that's a really great season because they are returning a good chunk of the talent. Of course, the departure of Tatum Montalongo being a stalwart for that team for 4 years is a loss that definitely does hurt. But that team looked just as good as I thought this year as last year, and I think they even had some more variety of options with the hitting and the pitching.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations. And then, of course, hey, state golf going on right now.
Right.
Girls made it in for North Platte High School. They had their first day today, and we'll step aside. And when we get back from our commercial break, I will actually give you a girls' state update to see how the Bulldogs did here in the day one of the, of state for North Platte High School. We come back, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allied Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings to Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
CT Computer Services in North Platte is your one-stop computer shop, offering PC and Mac repair, in-shop, on-site, or remote services available for your home or business. They also offer PC sales and service of major brands like Lenovo and Dell, new and refurbished units in stock, and even custom-built PCs. Prices for every budget starting at less than $300. CT Computer Services at Phillip and Willow in North Platte, or call 534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank. Member FDIC.
Your health is nothing to fool with. That's why when supplies are important, you should trust no one but the best. Great Plains Home Care Equipment features full home care outfits. All of the items you or your loved one will need for rehabilitation, including oxygen and respiratory equipment, whether it's for staying at home or for moving around. Great Plains Home Care Equipment, 600 East Francis Street, Suite 6 in North Platte.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here, Quick Stop halftime show. 27 locations, open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. Jeff Smeltzer, yes, it's a 55-9 lead at the moment, so it's, talking about second half key points is probably going to be moot when it comes to, this point in the game with the Bulldogs just running away with it. But, what kind of keys do you have for potentially, some of these young guys getting in and getting some reps, to finish this game out?
Keep the running clock going. It's homecoming. I think they want to take care. They want to get to the festivities as soon as possible.
Of course.
Husker fans want to get to the game.
Are you talking about yourself there, Jeff Meltzer?
Yes.
Well, there's an officials review going on right now. They're looking at a muff punt. But no, that's good to see these young guys come out here and just, again, we talked about it before, play clean football. Don't make the dumb penalties. Don't turn the ball over.
And I think that's what Coach would more prefer to see in this second half is, the silly mistakes not have them. And that's not because I'm trying to say that, the reserves will make those silly mistakes. But, that's a key avenue that Coach loves to always talk about is, limiting the mistakes. And, if you make mistakes, you're not going to get much action, after that point. So try to limit that as much as you can. And if you do, you'll get more playing time. So right now, 55-9. We'll step aside and take a break. One last time, we come back, second half action right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by our friends at Allied Communications at NorthPlattePost.com.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop Halftime Show. Second half action is next on FM 98.1.
It's football and volleyball season, and it's time to enjoy it while eating the best pizza and wings at Dave's Place.
Dave's Place is your fall sports headquarters with the biggest games on the TVs, the freshest pizza, and all new drink specials, including, you guessed it, the
Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, or online at davesplacenp.com. Beginning September 10th, Dave's Place will open Sundays at 11 o'clock.
Get the results you need with Red Willow Chemical. Whether you're looking for generic or name brand chemicals and fertilizer, they got you covered. And with their bulk options and delivery and aerial application services, you can save time and get the job done right. Their experienced staff is here to help you tailor a plan that fits your specific needs so you can trust them to deliver. Don't wait. Visit Red Willow Chemical today and see the difference quality products and personalized service can make. Contact them now.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, Mac here to Bauer Field, North Platte High School. Hey, everybody, they're leading this one. If you haven't been paying attention, it's been an absolute shellacking from the Bulldogs side of things. It's 55-9 as they will be receiving the second half kickoff. Jeff Smeltzer, the young guys are coming out here.
Here they come.
Here they come. They're coming out. They're ready to rock and roll. I'm excited to see what these young guys can get some opportunities to do. As you know, of course, we've talked about all day today in this specific last quarter, it felt like, about the young guys getting some more action. And you know what? Here they come. They're ready to rock and roll.
Well, I'm just stoked that they're playing little James Brown in the background. I don't know if that's Coach Packer who's doing that, but they're playing James Brown. I don't know if these young guys appreciate it, but I do.
You know, of course, the only reason I remember something of this nature song-wise is from the movie Robots. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie back in the day with Ewan McGregor. That movie was absolutely killer, and that's the only reason why I remember that song is because of that movie. As up to kick for the side of Lincoln Northeast, Sam Roberts. If you're a young guy like you're a younger generation like me myself, if you agree with me, say it in the
I
YouTube
know
comments.
way too much about that movie. It was stuck in a DVD player in my car when my son was very little, so
you saw a lot of that action.
Onside kicks.
Onside kick, and that'll be easily picked up on the side of the Bulldogs there. That's picked up.
Was that Greeno?
That was Landon Greeno getting the stuff there, but that sounds terrible. That sounds like it's a nightmare waiting to happen as here comes off to start for North Platte High School. Oh, Jordan Yonkers, Xavier Albertson, Jesse Mock, Landon O'Brien. So we are still seeing some of the starters getting action on the field for North Platte High School, but I believe that's going to have to be just for a short while longer. It's 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. As Yonkers under center, in motion with it. Pulowski, the ball's on the floor. Uh-oh, there's a fight for it.
There's a fumble on the play.
Are they going to say North Platte falls on it? I think they do. Waiting for a signal from the official. And it is North Platte ball. But, we've seen that a couple of times here between Yonkers and Greeno. A little bit of some missed snappage as 1 yard loss for North Platte High School. Of course, Yonkers and Greeno probably not the combination that Greeno's seen a lot recently. So it's now 2nd down and 10. Yonkers once again under center for North Platte High School. Albertson right behind him. In motion comes Pulowski. Handoff. Albertson off the right side. Going to shake his way forward. In the daylight. He's at the 20. 5, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Once again, Xavier Albertson with the shiftiness. And it only took one play. And with that, another touchdown for North Platte on a 51-yard TD run from Xavier Albertson.
That was 215 pounds pulling away from people. He was...
The shift, I'm telling you, the cutback speed that he has is very intense, and it's done a fantastic job for North Platte today, as it's now 61, potentially 62. When I say potentially, I mean it is 62-9 as North Platte High School now leads. It only took one play, and I believe Jeff Smeltzer, that should do it for the starters at that point.
I would think so. I think you can put them away now.
Man,
is Albertson over 100 yards with that, or
let's see. Well, I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna laugh at this one. Xavier Albertson up to that point only had 4 rushes. He's now at 73 yards. You want to know what his rushes before that were? 4 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards.
Touchdown.
Close. Yes, I believe so. I did miss a run from Xavier Albertson, so he did pick up a 20-yard pickup on one touchdown run, as well as a 21-yarder as well. I kind of missed those two. I didn't put them in, so never mind. Xavier Albertson is up to 114 yards after my corrections.
Yeah,
you were right on the money.
Let's not short
there.
the man. Yeah.
No, and the thing about Xavier Albertson with the runs tonight, we talk about how it's normally the dink-dunk, inside runs that get him 6, maybe 5. All these are from big runs, a 62, a 21, a 20. He's using the speed, which we haven't been able to really see from Xavier Albertson, and man, oh man, it looks pretty good. As Luke Borges' kick now on the way. Again, our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, picked up, though, by Joshua Varga as he'll fall forward to about the 20-yard line. Almost escaped his hands on that kick. Again, our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Yep, there are a lot of reserves out now for North Platte High School. I think I saw Connor Yonkers out there, the sophomore, getting the start. Of course, Jake Kincaid's out there, North Platte High School. Colin Pulowski in the secondary. Sam Herbert, Rance Hofstetter out there, as well as Brian Audley is also out there for North Platte High School, and trying to find. So out there is JC and Brown. There's a lot of substitutions coming on for the Rockets. Is Brown in the pistol formation with Bradford behind him. The handoff, Bradford off the left side of the line, and he is stopped immediately
Kirk Wilson,
there.
I think.
I believe, you're right. Kirk Wilson.
Nice job, Kirk.
With the tackle coming up, the sophomore. So Bradford just picks up one, and he blew through that hole to tackle Cameron Bradford. At 2nd and 9 now. Love seeing the young guys out there. As also out there for North Platte, Colton Altig for the Bulldogs. Once again, 4 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Brown in his pistol, steps back, looking to throw. Check down, picked up by one. Levi Sherman, a strong tackle from Sam Herbert.
Do it on defense,
Sherman,
too.
I know, great form tackle from one Herbert. It's I believe a 4-yard pickup with that 3rd down and 4 for the side of Lincoln Northeast. See what this young Bulldog defense can do with a lot of reserves out there. 3rd and 4 here in this 3rd quarter. Pistol formation yet again for Brown. Brown pitches it to the outside with it now. Paulson. Paulson tries to break the corner. He falls down after another good open field stop. I believe Kirk Wilson again. It is Kirk Wilson. How about it? Tripping up one Caleb Paulson, and he'll only get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain for Paulson. It's 4th down and 3. How about Kirk Wilson, the open field tackle?
150-pound linebacker. Nice job, young man. I think Ian Harimza is over there in the right corner.
I believe so as well. So once again here, 4th and 3. Shotgun formation for the Rockets. Another pooch punt going to come on the side of JC and Brown up in the air. Oh, no, I think I'm about to hit off of a Bulldog player.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. It looked like it might have bounced off of Colton Altig.
Yeah, awfully close anyway.
No good there. As now here comes back out of the field, and we're going to see it. Jaden Dowsey now here for North Platte High School, so we're getting even more reserves. So Jordan Yonkers' day is done, and here comes Dowsey for the first time today. Of course, we talked in the warm-ups. Dowsey, the 3rd-string quarterback, North Platte High School.
We've got Tonkinson on a line.
I believe so as well. Kirk Wilson out there as well. Also seeing action from Harper Whitney on the very far side, a wide receiver for North Platte High School. So under center with it, Dowsey. Lonzo Torres right behind him. In motion comes Sam Herbert. Dowsey, a little bit of some mistake there on the play, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of about 5. He went the opposite way of where Alonzo Torres was going to hand it off, and with that, a loss of 5, and that's just kind of the things you'll see from somebody getting their first action with the main unit.
Joshua Varga there to make the tackle for the Rockets.
2nd down and 15 for the Bulldogs. Just miscommunication on what side of the run was going on, as Dowsey was going to hand it off to a position where Alonzo Torres was not there for. As here we go, 2nd down and 15 for North Platte High School. 6:59 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Dowsey has Herbert in motion. Hand off to one Alonzo Torres. Slowly going to make his way forward, and he'll maybe get 3 yards on that run from Alonzo Torres. And with that, it's going to be 3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, really nowhere to go that time. Good job by the Rocket defense.
Tackle there, Laszlo Woodhead, number 51. He's a running back, actually. That's a legit number for his running back position. Dowsey, once again, under center. Urban in motion. Oh, the pitch out, going to bounce off of Kirk Wilson. And with that, the fumble will be picked up on the side of the Rockets as Wilson was coming in motion as...
Oh, they recovered.
So the Rockets will pick it up, but a little bit of some more confusion as Kirk Wilson was coming in motion when Dowsey was trying to pitch it out to Urban, and with that, a fumble that's now picked up on the side of the Rockets. They'll start now for the Rockets side at 46-yard line. Not a good series from the young guys, but, again, to be expected with so many moving pieces.
Yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be kind of a jet sweep or if that was just somebody moving in the wrong place.
So shotgun formation for the side of Brown. Hands it off to his running back up the middle with it. That's Tawan Berry. As Berry gets stuffed. Kirk Wilson again there, as well as Blake Tonkinson.
23 Berry carries the ball. Number 9 Wilson in on the tackle.
I'm telling you, Tawan Berry he's a big guy out there, but Tonkinson as well as Wilson stood him up.
Yeah, but somehow
no gain.
They stood him up, but somehow somebody came up with the ball about 5 yards down the field.
That's also
yeah, and they're going to visit about this because I thought I was following the ball carrier, and I think I did, but somehow
the ball ended up away from Tawan Berry. That is quite interesting, as I think Kurt Altig's out there to talk about it. Of course, we had the imaginary whistle against Columbus towards the end of the game. That was missed. That infuriated Coach Altig. It's fun. The funny part about this is no official really noticed that. No official really made a move to that.
Carl's going to back up the video. We're going to go to replay here.
And it's not like Tawan Berry went down on a tackle for pretty quickly. As Coach now is still discussing.
Now they move the ball 5 yards down the field.
Now this is getting interesting. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
But I never saw a Rocket have the ball.
But I didn't see a Rocket player have the football. And I think the officials don't know either, so because of that, they're just going to have to go with that. And now the Rockets will take over at the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 5. As we'll have an explanation here. Okay, good explanation as we didn't have a mic. I thought he had a mic.
Inadvertent whistle.
Oh, my, not again.
Yeah,
the inadvertent whistle strikes again. It's 2nd and 5. I'm going to have to talk to Coach Altig about that. He's not too happy.
When in doubt,
Give the inadvertent whistle. The toss out to Berry. He's going to take his way upfield. He's now going to be tackled close to the 1st down marker. He might be a half yard short.
I think that was Hofstetter.
I believe Rance Hofstetter was there to get it. Good tackle from young Hofstetter, and pick up a 4 for Tawan Berry, and now it's 3rd down and 1 for the Rockets here. Clock still ticking. Just Meltzer, where are we at in that clock right now?
4:46.
4:46, still clocking. J.C. and Brown in the pistol. Berry right behind him. Brown gets ready. 4 wide receivers on this field. The handoff. Berry off the right side. Uh-oh. He might be stopped. Great open field tackle. Kirk
Wilson again.
Wilson again. I'm telling you, Kirk Wilson, if there's one name you can take away from this 3rd quarter right now, has been Kirk Wilson absolutely lighting up the defensive side with his tackling. Loss of 1 for Tawan Berry. It's 4th and 5. Kirk Wilson, his open field tackling, have been so impressive right now.
He is not the biggest linebacker, but boy.
Kirk Wilson sitting at 150 pounds.
His instincts.
That is insane with those tackles as it's 4th and 5. Brown stepping back, looking to throw. Free rusher going deep down the middle of the field, and it's going to be picked up by Levi Sherman. At around the 2-yard line, I believe. The man in coverage, Ian Cowdy, maybe. No, Kirk, that's not Ian Cowdy.
Is that Harimza?
I believe that would be Harimza. But he was in good coverage against Levi Sherman. But man, great throw from J.C. and Brown. A big 37-yard pickup from J.C. and Brown. And with that, it's 1st and goal for the Rockets at the Bulldogs' 1-yard line. Massive game for Levi Sherman. Correction, 38 yards. Pistol formation, Tawan Berry to the right now of Brown. As Brown gets the snap. Now going towards the end zone on a quick slant to Sherman. A 1-yard touchdown pass from Jason Brown to Levi Sherman. With that, another touchdown goes the way of Lincoln Southeast on the 1-yard TD throw. And now this game is 62 to 15 as the kick is now going to come up. We have a new kicker on the field. Zach Michelson. Of course, it was Sam Roberts was taking the PATs, and now it's Michelson up to kick.
And none of these guys would be post players on their basketball team.
No. Roberts, are you sure Roberts might be a perfect post player? As that kick is good from the side of the Rockets, as it's now 62 to 16. You know, of course, even though that touchdown was given up, we got to say, great throw from J.C. Brown to Levi Sherman.
You know, and it was on 4th down.
Yes,
so
yes.
Sherman's a big kid. I wish they would put heights and weights on there for the Rockets, but
he's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's a for a tight end.
Yeah.
That is what your tight end build would look like. But great coverage from Ian Haremza, the 130-pound. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Sherman is way up there at probably 215, maybe even bigger than that.
I would say he's 6'3", 210 to 220 range, but we don't know. We're totally speculating.
And his defenseman, Ian Haremza, 135. Not only was he in pretty good coverage, I mean, you had to have a perfect throw from J.C. and Brown, but also, how about Haremza with a great
dragging
tackle?
Him down. Yeah.
And this is what this is what it's great to see. And we talked about all season how the Bulldogs just struggled to tackle. In this reserve battle right now, what have we been talking about? Kirk Wilson open field tackles. Yeah. You know, we talked about that great tackle from Haremza, and then some other people coming up. You know, Blake Tonkinson with a great tackle. The tackling is starting to seep its way down into the lower levels.
If there wasn't an inadvertent whistle, then it would have been Bulldog football.
Don't say anything. Don't get me started. I'm going to be just as upset yet again of that inadvertent whistle.
And week 0 football games.
Yes, that's right. If there's words you don't want to say around Jeff Smeltzer or I, it's week 0 football and inadvertent whistles. It's Sam Roberts up again to kick. I wouldn't doubt it if he tries to go for another onside kick. Wow, it's a really nice onside kick, but picked up on the side of the Bulldogs. As I believe there to pick it up, Landon Greeno again. That was a great onside kick from Sam Roberts. I mean, onside kicks have to be the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, fielded cleanly. Looked like he's trying to show a few running moves there.
I love it. So here comes the Bulldogs yet again. They're leading in this one, 62-16. A very clumsy first, series for the Bulldogs. You'll have to say with this reserve unit. Looking to probably clean it up right here.
2:30.
It's 2:38, but you think they're looking to clean it up here in this second possession?
Well, I hope so.
We're seeing another player in there. It's Isaiah Plunk showing up here for North Platte High School in as one of the A-backs for the Bulldogs.
And he's done some good things on the JV level.
As in motion with it now. I believe there's Herbert, the handoff. There's Torres, going to take his way, shuffling forward. Alonzo Torres will fall forward to around the 42-yard line. Alonzo Torres took as much time as he could, patiently making his way through that gaggle of white jerseys. And with that, a pickup of 7.
Gain of 7 on the play.
For Alonzo Torres.
3 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
So with that, 2nd down and 3 for North Platte High School. Jaden Dowsey in at quarterback. The reserves are in for North Platte High School. As here comes Dowsey. Here comes Plunk in motion. The handoff. Torres going to sneak his way forward. Shuffle and keep the legs turning. It'll be brought down probably 3 yards past the first down marker. 6-yard pickup for Alonzo Torres. I'm not going to lie. I want to see Isaiah Plunk get that pitch. It's been kind of tantalized out there, and I know they're going to try to just run it up the middle to escape as much time as possible, but I'd love to see Plunk get something as Gabe Moreno now comes on in as the big B-back for North Platte High School. Dowsey under center. Motion goes Plunk. The handoff. Up the middle with it now. Moreno into some daylight. He'll fall forward close to the first down marker. He might be a yard short.
24 Dixon in on the tackle.
2 hands on the ball.
Good 2 hands there from Gabe Moreno.
Gain of 9 on
and a 9-yard pickup for North Platte High School on this game. So it's 2nd down and 1 for the Bulldogs. As As Dowsey under center once again, Moreno right behind him. As Dowsey gets set. In motion with it. The handoff up the middle. Moreno with some daylight again. He's going to find his way close to the 25-yard line. He'll get enough for the first down. They'll say he'll get to the 20. Good, strong 7-yard pickup once again from Gabe Moreno.
That might be it for the third quarter. There's only 15 seconds left.
Third quarter slowly ticking down, and that'll probably do it for this third quarter. As I want to, you want to know something that I think is really cool that I see out there? Do you want to know who I think, if my eyes don't deceive me, who one of the A-back runners is for North Platte High School?
That's the end of the third
That's
quarter.
going to be, I think, Luke Borges is one of the A-back runners for North Platte High School at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
That is fun to see. As it is now the fourth quarter on the way, we'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, fourth quarter action here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allen Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate. Connect. Commit.
Puro Clean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. Puro Clean knows how challenging those times can be to you.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field. North Platte High School currently at the moment leading Lincoln Southeast 62-16. As under center once again, Jaden Dowsey is in motion, comes Plunk. Here comes Isaiah Plunk in the open field. He waltzes into the end zone. They did it finally. Isaiah Plunk. He had open daylight and made the defense pay with that touchdown. They've been tantalizingly trying to give it to us for the last couple of plays, but this time Isaiah Plunk.
Good speed and good blocks out there on the right side again.
Plunk.
Nobody laid a hand on it.
From 17 yards out for North Platte High School, 17-yard TD run from Isaiah Plunk, and with that, the lead grows even more. It's 68-16 as the kick is up and in. It's now 69-16. I think this is the largest lead that Lincoln Northeast has given up in terms of total points this season. You know, there've been some games. Yep, the largest. Okay, let's have you take that guess. What do you think? Wow, you probably don't even know the schedule. It was Norfolk, 51-0.
Okay.
Was the largest lead that Lincoln Northeast has given up in terms of total pointages. And right now, North Platte up to 69, and it's not like they're trying.
No.
You know, it's not like they're trying to force it and drive them into the ground. It's just how the game's gone so far.
That was just a toss play that was well blocked, and nobody even touched him.
It's one of those things like, what's he supposed to do? Is he supposed to just lay down and, let that happen? No, he's going to run into the end zone. But, love to see that from, again, Isaiah Plunk, the first touchdown of his young career here at the varsity level. And once again, we're going to go back to the defense where North Platte High School just absolutely laid the hammer down. Kirk Wilson and that squad getting it done. As Luke Borges up to kick. I'm not going to lie. Now, after I noticed that Luke Borges was going to be a runner, I kind of want to see Luke Borges get some running action in. As that kick, nicely done by Borges, gets all the way back. Picked up by Caleb Anno. Anno now at the 15-yard line. Going to shift his way on over to the 25. So good run from Caleb Anno, as Ian Cowdy was there to tackle. And here comes the squad once again, as Kirk Wilson's also out there, and he's really been the highlight of this second half for this Bulldogs defense with 11:45 left to go.
I see Brady Hanneborg, Will Rathjen.
A lot of young guys out there. Wyatt Thompson. North Platte High. So again, the 25-yard line.
I think Ryland Perry's out there with the knee brace.
Good to see that knee brace, though. As here we go for the Bulldogs on the defensive side at the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. The handoff now goes one. Twan Berry as Berry shuffles his way forward. Actually, correction, it's Cameron Bradford shuffles his way forward for 2 yards. And I think what's super encouraging is even with all these reserve units, we're still seeing some of the Lincoln Northeast players that we saw earlier in this ball game, and the Dogs are keeping them contained.
Yeah. Good penetration that time by Tonkinson and Connor Yonkers.
Connor Yonkers coming in, shotgun formation for J.C. Brown, who steps back looking to throw. He's going deep down the field to Levi Sherman, and it's going to be picked up by Sherman as he'll race his way into the end zone. There on the coverage was Rance Hofstetter. He turned his head around just too late. And with that, Levi Sherman goes all the way on that play.
Yeah, he's impressive.
75-yard touchdown pass from J.C. Brown to Levi Sherman. That's a touchdown for the Rockets. He's got some wheels, too, for his size.
Yep.
As Levi Sherman scores another point, another couple points for the Rockets. It's now 69-22 on that 75-yard TD pass from Brown to Sherman.
Again, the coverage wasn't horrible because Hofstetter was fighting for the ball.
I know, it's just that, Sherman, as that kick is no good. And, but that's the thing, though. It's you can sit there and say, oh, you gave up that 75-yard pass, but Hofstetter was smothering Sherman. Sherman just
just pulled it away from him.
He just made a good grab, got it, and then just ran away with it. And great coverage from Hofstetter. Nothing you can really do other than say maybe turn your head around a little quicker. But other than that, nothing else. Nothing else he could have done perfectly without getting a penalty.
No, that Sherman's a ball player. He's pretty good.
For this Lincoln Northeast squad that doesn't have a lot of things going their way, J.C. Brown and Levi Sherman have shown out today that there is, that they still have some really good talent, and they've in this specifically second half, they've shown that talent is when given the opportunity can make some plays with those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Wish I knew the grades. I don't know what grades those 2 are.
If you want to take that up with their athletic director, trust me, I hunted around as well. But
I'm sure he's a big proponent of week 0 football.
No, he's just hitting all the check marks, isn't he? He's trying to get on our bad side. But once again, love what I've seen so far from these young guys in this action. I'm really enjoying. Of course, I've enjoyed every Bulldog football, but I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing right now from what these guys are doing out on the field. As we're going to have another kicker come in once again. This time it's going to be Zach Michelson. So I don't think they're going to attempt an onside with Michelson. Michelson, normally the power kicker from what we saw earlier today. But I could be wrong. We're about to find out right here.
He's going to go right to Cotty.
That'd be something. And nope, there's a squibber. Oh, it's going to bounce off of a Bulldog. And jumped on and picked up. I believe one who got his hands on it. It's Gabe Moreno. It was Gabe Moreno, and it bounced out of his hands, but he jumped. Good awareness, though. There you go. That's what we talked about earlier. How Lincoln Northeast had a mishap, on the kick return unit, that they missed the football, and then because of that, it resulted in a Bulldog possession. But that time, Moreno had to bounce off his hands. But you know what he did? Instantly jumped on it.
Not flashy, just fall on it.
So here we go once again for North Platte High School as. I believe we have a new quarterback in for North Platte, not Jaden Dowsey. Tommy Haggard. Hey, TJ Haggard's son now in for North Platte High School. Good to see that. The handoff now up the middle with it. Comes the side, I believe. Oh, another runner, I believe. Isaiah Plunk.
That's 44. That's Burke.
Oh, excuse me. That is actually Trayton Burke. Good, strong gain of 14 from Trayton. 11 yards from Trayton Burke. Now we're really seeing some young players, and now this is even more enticing and exciting as Haggard in at quarterback. Burke right behind him. Plunk to the far side. Luke Borges in motion. The handoff from Haggard. 2-1 Burke. Burke in the open at the 50. He plows through a man. Gets to the 50, and that'll be a first down for North Platte High School. Trayton Burke at 200 pounds, the sophomore, barreling his way forward now, 24 yards for Burke. Man, that is some, for a sophomore, he's got some power behind that one with Trayton Burke.
That'll bring up a Bulldog first
and 10, though.
Okay. Just under 9 minutes left to play here in the game, about 8:55.
22 yards on this drive for Trayton Burke. As under center once again, Haggart. Now going to hand it off once again. Burke cuts up the field. Now at the 45, it'll fall forward to around the 37-yard line. Another 12-yard pickup for one Trayton Burke.
He's been impressive. And I think we have some young players in there for the Rockets as well now.
Yes, they do have a lot of substitutes, as Wyatt Thompson now in for North Platte High School as a wide receiver, as well as Jackson Thomas in as a tight end for the Bulldogs here. Haggard under center. Burke right behind him. In motion comes Borges. Give it to him. Here we go. Luke Borges with it now at the 35-30. Bounces outside and he'll get to the 22-yard line. Luke Borges, the kicker.
Showing that kicker speed.
Showing the speed. He got that tackle earlier on that kickoff. And look at that. Luke Borges getting the run. And that's a big pickup. I'm not kidding. 18 yards from Luke Borges. And the Bulldogs now take over at the 21-yard line, close to red zone territory yet again for North Platte High School. Tommy Haggart under center. Burke right behind him. Oh, it's something if Luke Borges got a touchdown here. Borges in motion. Haggart, kind of a broken play as he stood right up, and they'll say his motion got back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he was going to fake hand it off to Burke and then take it himself, but not much doing there as it's now 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it didn't look right, whatever it was.
Checking in now.
24.
Javon Reyes for the side of North Platte High School. Once again, Haggard under center. 6:52 left to go in this ball game, leading 69-22. Motion comes Isaiah Plunk. The handoff. Burke cuts back upfield again, and he'll keep the legs turning, and he'll fall around the 15-yard line. Once again, good patience from Trayton Burke to pick up 7 yards on that carry.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up a
With that, 3rd down and 3 for North Platte High School is now coming in for the Bulldogs. Cole Tomlinson for North Platte, number 75, gets some action. Big 330-pound sophomore on the left side of the line. 3rd down and 3. Haggard under center. In motion with it comes Isaiah Plunk. The handoff. Good awareness again from Burke to shift through the line, but he won't get anything going on that one. Oh, the ball comes out. But they're going to say that he was down already, so at that 4th down and 3, no gain from Trayton Burke. And we see the kicking unit, or I would say they'll go for it here. They want to put up more points.
Hannaborg comes in.
Yep, coming in. Brady Hannaborg, 190-pound junior. I just want to see it. I want to see a Luke Borges touchdown.
I think you will here.
You think think they're going to do it?
Yep.
Oh, all right, here we go. Haggard under center. Burke right behind him. It's 4th down and 3 for North Platte High School. In motion comes Isaiah Plunk. The pitch out to Plunk. Once again in the open field, he cuts forward. He breaks through 2 tackles and almost gets to the end down. He'll step out at the 4-yard line, but yet again, another strong pickup from Isaiah Plunk of 10 yards, and it's a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Those tosses are there.
I'm telling you,
wow,
this young crop of Bulldogs sure do have some shiftiness and speed. Now let's play a game of roulette here. Who do you think is going to get the touchdown? I think, unfortunately, it's going to be I'll say unfortunately, but Trayton Burke's going to get it.
I think it's going to be Burke.
You know, I want it to be Luke Borges so bad. So bad I want it to be Luke Borges. In motion with it. That's Kirk Wilson. There's Burke up the center and in for a touchdown.
Standing up.
That's a good touchdown from Trayton Burke. 4 yards on the play.
Bulldog touchdown.
And with that, touchdown for North Platte. It's 75-22. I'm going to ask this question. Any historian out there that's been a part of this team or has followed North Platte High School for a while, when's the last time the Bulldogs have scored 75 points in a game?
Know. I was just trying to think extra points because Is he now 10 of 11?
Yes, he is 10 of 11. There is one. Luke Borges having himself quite a game as well. Let's not underestimate what Luke Borges has been doing here today in this game, as he's missed only one extra point in today's contest, and right now it is 76-22. I'm trying, of course, Melinda Borges, I helped her out getting some tape for Luke Borges to get some good onside kicks for college recruiters. I tried, Melinda, trying to get him into that touchdown, will it into existence with that.
You did.
But yet again, let's just talk about these guys. Trayton Burke coming in. Isaiah Plunk now with 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. And I think what's fun to see is, we can sit there and be like, well, stop running up the score. It's tough when this defense or this offensive line and the rest of this team has done a fantastic job of creating so many holes. It's like, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Oh, great job of blocking. Yeah, you're just sometimes untouched, and I'm hearing Coach Pack on, or they're listing all the seniors right now.
Love it.
Kind of one final curtain call here for the seniors. But yeah, just great job of blocking. And reading those blocks, I don't want to say it's been too easy, but it's...
No, of course. Because football, it's always fast-paced game. It's hard to always see it as...
And take it when you can get it.
That's right. As up the field with it goes one Caleb Anno. He'll get to around the 20. I also want to talk about... with this offense has really been the patience. It was something we haven't seen, as I talked about earlier. We haven't seen much patience from the runners on the main varsity side, but tonight for these young guys, I've been seeing way more patience than beforehand.
Yeah, not running into the backs of the blockers, just letting it clear out, pick the hole, follow the...
And of course, shout out to Drake Ferris there. Of course, he's done for the season with knee injury, but I love that kind of awareness from the North Platte Bulldogs in terms of setting up the play, because all those weights and setups have resulted in touchdowns for the Bulldogs. JC and Brown once again in at quarterback. I believe right behind him is going to be yet again, I think Caleb Paulson is in at running back for the side of the Rockets as Brown hands it off to Paulson off the right side. Oh, right there to stop him immediately. I believe that's Brady Hanneborg. Brady Hanneborg going untouched and gets the stop on Paulson for a loss of 4 yards.
Here comes Sam Euling, and I hope I don't butcher this name. Is it Taku Gope?
I believe 31? So. Yes, I believe that is Taco Gope. I think it's either Gope or Gope. I'm talking about that.
And I apologize if I butchered it. But
if you're in the comments, help us out here, because these are going to be names that you'll be seeing next year.
Yeah, we'll be seeing them in the future.
As the pitch now out once again, this time to Barry. Barry in the open field, cuts up. He's now at the 30, 35, 40, and tackled from behind. Getting the tackle there. Oh my good heavens, Will Rathjen. My tongue got twisted up there. As Barry picks up a gain of 19. From Twan Barry. First down and 10 for the side of the Rockets. As there's now 2:27 left to go in this ball game for North Platte High School.
And I think 76-22, and I think Coach Pack could be happy if his basketball team scored 76 points on any given night.
As Twan Barry runs his way forward for a gain of 8 yards.
Number 42, Rathjen on the tackle.
Yeah, Rathjen, and who's 11? Thompson in there on the tackle.
That brings up a second down, 2 yards to go.
So it's now second down and 2 for the Rockets. As it's Barry in the shotgun, going to pitch it out this time to Paulson. Paulson at the 45, and he's brought down from behind. That might be a flag, as that is a flag there. Yeah. Connor Yonkers got the back of Paulson, so he'll get called for a horse collar tackle. And with that, a penalty for North Platte. I just want to say also thank you to all the people commenting in today's game. It's been fun to sit and interact with you, as well as helps with some of these young name pronunciations for all you out there. Thank you so much for helping us. We couldn't really, no offense, we couldn't do it without you. I love sitting and talking to you when I see you out there. As they'll decline the penalty and make that third down and 2 with 1:39 left to go. So
I just assumed they would take the penalty.
I thought they would too. Well, now there's some confusion on the placement.
So it is 1st and 10.
So now they're going to have to call time, because
There is a gain on the play. That brings up a Rockets first.
All right, so they'll get the first down either which way as the handoff once again to Paulson up the middle. Shakes and makes his way forward for maybe a 2-yard pickup.
Kirk Wilson down there around the ankles.
Kirk Wilson, he is like a gnat. He's just always present in the area, and he is just taking them down. As Will Rathjen also there on the tackle for North Platte High School, now under a minute 10 left to go in this ball game. Second down and 8 for the side of the Rockets.
Kirk has been that kid ever since he was grade school football for the Cody Eisenhower Eagles.
Oh, once again, Brady Hanneborg into the backfield. As Brady Hanneborg blows right past his assignment, Alex Humphrey, and takes down Paulson on another loss. How about it? Brady Hanneborg, 2 tackles for losses on this drive. 3rd and 15 for the Rockets. 40 seconds left to go. I almost fell out of my chair. Smeltzer had to help me there as it rolled away, but here's a big 3rd and 14. Jason Brown in the shotgun, steps back, looking, still looking to throw, rolling now to his left, rolling, looking, throwing, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended target there, Evan Davis. Coming in quite quickly in pursuit, Wyatt Thompson.
And Ewing was over there in coverage too. Nice job, Sam Ewing.
In coverage there.
Result of the incompletion.
As that's incomplete.
3, 2,
and they'll
1.
let that clock wind out. Huge victory for North Platte High School. A get-right game, and they got it right. Taking down Lincoln Northeast 76-22. When's the last time you've seen this Bulldog offense score 76 points, Jeff Smeltzer? It's been quite some time, if not ever.
I don't even know if in the Woodhead days they scored that many, but
well, don't say that now. Danny Woodhead might come on down here and beat you over the head with it, but I believe it was they needed to take care of business today.
Yep.
They needed to make sure that they did not trip up on this game after last week's blowout against Omaha West Side, and I believe they came out from the get-go and just got it done.
They did. Did everything they needed to do. Looked very impressive today. A game they should have won.
Let's be clear.
Don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, we're not going to sugarcoat it. This should have been probably this final score. Should be probably what it is.
They were the more talented team, but they didn't stub their toe. They didn't do the dumb things.
Dumb penalties, dumb mistakes.
Yep.
The only blemish is the Caden Johnson fumble. Other than that, they haven't been. There wasn't many stupid penalties. They didn't have really many penalties to begin with.
I think maybe they had a false start that was negated by an offsides on the very next play.
That was about it.
Oh, pass interference.
Oh, yeah, that one pass interference call on Eli Kemke. But really, other than that, I believe it was a perfect game for North Platte High School. And again, we can't sugarcoat it. This was the expected outcome between these two teams. But I think,
and I don't think any new injuries tonight.
I didn't see, other than of course the injury on the side of the Lincoln Northeast Drew Van Dyke. Hope him for a speedy recovery as well. But on the side of North Platte High School, this is one of those games where there could have been an injury, and that would have probably been super bad. But all day the Dogs, I think, just looked like the better team, took care of business, and then we saw the young players, not just the reserves, the backups. We saw the backups to the backups come in and saw some of these flashes that you have been talking about for quite some time, and I think. That just brings a smile to my face, because not only is it cool to see the young guys get some varsity experience, some of these older guys like Sam Pulowski, he's a senior, so hasn't seen much action anyway to begin with. He scored a touchdown today as well in his last home game. And then just the young guys, Isaiah Plunk, Gabe Moreno, talked about Kirk Wilson a lot, making plays, Brady Hanneborg, Tonkinson, so many of these, and there's so many names that I can't even talk. We talk about, of course, Will Rathjen has some big tackles. Trayton Burke with a great handful of big carries in that last drive. Ian Haremza, even though he gave up that touchdown to Levi Sherman, smothering Levi Sherman. Sherman had to make a really good catch. So there's just so many young guys that made huge plays that I don't want to say will go under the radar in the grand scheme of the things of the season, but this tape is something that you can take into the offseason and be like, keep doing this. Love what we saw from you.
Yeah, and these young guys, I've seen them a couple times this year. One of the games was against Kearney here. I think it was on Labor Day. And they had a lead for most of the game. I think Kearney got them at the very end, if I remember right. It was a great game. And Kearney had a few kids that played a lot of varsity. I think that Legrone was down here.
Legrone was down.
Yep. So, no, they did really well. Freshmen, I think, ended up with the winning season. I don't know if they're done yet, but they've had a winning season.
They've had a winning
so far this
record.
year.
At the moment they had a winning record. But I was just super excited about how the Bulldogs played today. It was fun to sit, of course, wiping the memory banks after last week's 63-0 game. It was easy to be happy that this was the outcome. But there's so many things that we can just talk about. I think I keep harping on it because I think it's something we need to keep an eye on and continue to think going forward. The patience that these young runners that showed us today, I think is something that the Bulldogs haven't really had in quite some time. Of course, Colton Tilford had that patience, but he just had the blazing speed to find the open hole and just go right through it. But there were so many runners, Plunk, Burke, as well as Borges when he had that big run. Herbert was the main example where he let the blocks and the hole open up, before him, then go through it instead of trying to force his own hole. And I think because of that, that's something I want to highlight, because when we talk about all these good teams like Omaha Westside and Kearney, they have the speed, but how did that speed kill North Platte? They waited and found an opportunity to then make that play through that hole. And North Platte kind of hasn't had something like that for a little bit, specifically this season from what I've noticed. And the fact that in this game we saw those young guys wait for the play to develop and then make the move really paid off.
Trust your teammates. They've got good blockers on the edge.
Yeah, they do. And I don't think in the 2 seasons I've been here, everybody can block super well on the edge out there.
Yep. Yeah, Lennon O'Brien has impressed me, for the past 2 years the way he can block on the edge.
Unbelievable.
Block downfield. So then it gets real again starting next week.
Yep. We got to get back to the all had fun and games here today against Lincoln Northeast, but then the upper tier Class A starts to come through with Norfolk. Norfolk maybe not having the best season it normally does, but that's still a fearsome team.
Right.
And then of course Papillion and La Vista can't knock them off as well.
No. Yeah, both those teams, good teams, play hard, play physical. Different from what we saw tonight. Rockets on a down year,
But they have flashes too.
Yeah.
We got to give them their credit, where credit is due. Levi Sherman today looked unguardable in every aspect.
Yeah.
When he was out with the primary unit, Bulldogs had trouble not only tackling but guarding Levi Sherman. He made a
toe tap catch right down here.
Toe tap there. Before Drew Van Dyke got injured, he had some good plays. And then when Jason Brown came in, the offense for the Rockets seemed to open up a little bit more with his speed. So, Lincoln Northeast, even though he can stick to the score 76-22, be like, oh boy, must have been an easy game for the Bulldogs. There were some moments where the Bulldogs faced some adversity and the Rockets were able to overcome that and pick up some points.
When you look at the past 2 weeks, kind of the opposite ends of the spectrum. You have West Side on one side and Northeast, and it's hard to believe they're in the same class.
I know, it's like whiplash from how things have gone so far. And you know what? And this is going to, guess who Northeast plays next week?
Is it West Side?
Omaha West Side.
Boy. Ouch.
What's the over-under? You want to do an over-under on that game? Because this was the 70s. And here's the thing, West Side, when their reserves came in, their reserves could be starters in a lot of different teams. And they scored effortlessly on the Bulldogs ball throughout that night.
Yeah, they did. So it's going to be a long night for the Rockets, I think. Westside is just in another world. I thought, and I haven't seen a score from Westside and Kearney. They're playing tonight.
Oh, yeah. Let me go. I'm going to look that up for you right now.
A few weeks ago when we saw Kearney, I thought maybe Kearney could give them a game, but after seeing Westside last week, I don't know. I think
that game,
3 touchdowns probably.
You sit there and you think, and you're like, wow, the way Kearney showed its speed, and you said the same thing too. You're like, man, Kearney's got some speed.
Yeah.
And then when Westside came through, you sat there and you're like, Westside's just got a whole different. It's a whole different tier, and you'd think that there couldn't be a whole nother tier above it all.
And I watched. Truth be told, I was clicking back and forth between the West Side game and Grand Island and Kearney last week.
I wouldn't doubt you. A lot of teams probably did that last week, as well as head coach Kurt Altig comes in here before we get into how that West Side game's going. As Jeff Smeltzer there, Coach Altig's here now for us. Coach, Yeah, we talked about this in the Quick Stop pregame about not tripping up in this game because it's a down year for the Rockets. Coming off of last week's tough loss, this game could have been a trap game where you got too ahead of yourself thinking it could be an easy W. And boy, oh boy, howdy, did your team really come out there all punches, all blazing, guns blazing, and put up quite a show tonight.
It actually worked out exactly how we had game planned. We were going to defer the coin toss and play tough defense. We wanted a 3 and out. And then we were bringing the pressure on the punt. We wanted to block it, and it worked out, perfect. The second time we weren't really trying to block it, but he fumbled the snap there. And, that first quarter we played really well. Some things we still need to clean up, penalties, turnovers. I think we got the ball on the 1 foot line, and it took us 7 plays to score with penalties and silly stuff going on. So,
still a couple things.
It's with a team like Northeast, they put some good athletes on the field. They just haven't had a lot of success, and when stuff starts going poorly, it's easy, to kind of pack it up, and for the most part, that's kind of what they did until we let them back in the game a little bit.
I want to say it was almost like last week where things just got out of hand on their side, and then they just kind of threw the towel in before things got better towards the end. But I think overall, really good game. It's tough for that first half to really talk about anything because if you get put on the 1 yard line. Or the 10-yard line. There's not much you can really do other than just score, and you guys were able to execute that. Minus barring a couple of those silly penalties that made maybe those drives a little longer. But I think, from the get-go, the physicality came back, and I think that was what was missing last week against Omaha Westside was that Bulldog mentality, the physicality. They came back hot and heavy, and Northeast just wasn't able to breathe from the get-go.
Yeah, we talked a lot this week about taking the fight to the other team instead of sitting back and letting them kind of wade in our way and take it to us. And, again, for the most part, that first quarter, we really, outside of I think maybe a missed extra point, we played pretty flawlessly. The second quarter, I think we loosened up a little bit, and they got a little bit of a rhythm on their offense, and they have some good players. Their tight end, he's a solid he's a solid player, and they were able to make some plays. Obviously, defensive side, we would have liked there to be a goose egg up there, but we came out, kids played well, they fought hard. And we talked after the game. It's way better to be on this side of games like this than being locked out of the locker room in the dark and the fireworks
going off
from last week. So
you'll take that any day. And I think we talked about, and I think a little bit in our Quick Stop pregame show about the young players really getting some time. Yet again, another showing where not only was it the reserves, but the reserves of the reserves got a lot of saying. Isaiah Plung, Trayton Burke, Tommy Haggard saw some time. There was a lot of faces that you normally won't be seeing this specific year of football, but they saw some action. There's a lot of positive things you can take away it from as well because this is still varsity level experience that they're playing with, and they made some plays.
Yeah, it's quality time for those guys, and quality experience, and we got some good players coming up, and at Northeast they left out quite a few of their guys. They probably had to, but going against other varsity kids and just getting quality reps and good experience is invaluable when it comes to next year and the year after for some of those guys.
Love it. And then after this fun week, you'll go back on the road. Last home game of the season as you'll take on Norfolk next week and then take on Papillion La Vista. It's a little bittersweet maybe not to have one more home game to end this season, or do you think maybe this was a good cap off for the team to really continue to refocus it on this road trip?
It's just kind of the hand we were dealt. Last year we got our 5 home games. This year we'll only get 4.
Yep.
And we're used to traveling, so we're going to go out and we're taking one game at a time. We're looking to win each game and then see what happens for the playoffs afterwards. But we're gonna enjoy this one. Homecoming dance this evening. I told the guys make sure they just go home and say their prayers and go to bed, which I'm sure they'll do.
They'll do that one.
Just make good decisions, and we're back at Norfolk. Starting on Sunday, and we're just taking one game at a time, and we know we have to win at least 2 more games to even give ourselves a shot to maybe look at the playoffs, and that even might not be enough. But we're just going to come out and play tough, and we clean some things up, go back to maybe a little more ball security, and our tackling was not it was decent at times. At the other hand, we definitely could do some things a little bit better. And I know that's kind of a coach thing when you win by I don't know 50 points. I don't even what was the final score
76 to 22.
I would have much rather had that 22 be like 0 or something like that. But it is what it is, and it's hard to win football games, and we haven't had a lot of winning this year, so we'll enjoy this one and then get back after it on Sunday.
I want to talk about one thing before we let you go, and that's going to be the pressure. Of course, essentially, when I talked with Jeff Smeltzer before the game started, it feels like you got to play perfect in these next 2 games because back to some good quality, Class A teams, Papillion, La Vista, as well as Norfolk. Norfolk, a team that may not be having its best season from a record standpoint, but still one of the better teams in Class A. And if you want to have that chance of sneaking into the playoffs, you got to play perfect. Do you think maybe that pressure can kind of, I won't say cripple a team, but get back, bring on some of those mistakes that you've been trying to wean out, trying to make sure that you guys play perfect?
It's probably impossible to play perfect, but we just want to be able to put ourselves in positions to be successful. I mean, we're probably not going to get every first down, but not hurting ourselves with turnovers and silly penalties is one thing that's easily stuff that we can do. And then, we're just going to take one game at a time, one drive at a time. I've told the guys all year it's inches and seconds. Win your inch, win your second, and that's what we're going to focus on. Not necessarily looking forward to that we have to play perfect. This we're going to go out and we're going to play our brand of football. And again, we feel that if we play to our capabilities and we play our tough physical football, that we can compete with anybody at any time. But we have to be the ones that show up. Last week we didn't show up, and that's on me. But we're going to get ourselves ready, and we're going to go and give the Panthers all we got next week.
Love it. Well, Coach, enjoy your homecoming. I know you'll probably just go home and then lay down. Well, you probably watch the Husker game, maybe.
Yeah, well, I heard it was 17-0 or something, Nebraska.
Okay, well.
17-7, all right.
Well, as a K-State fan,
not everybody can be perfect, apparently. We got K-State fans around here. So.
That's true. Sometimes can't play perfect football. I can't be a perfect human as I vote for K-State. But enjoy this victory, Coach, and I know you're going to get back right to that grindstone on Sunday.
Yep, thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll see you. We'll see you next week, and when we get back, more of his Quick Stop postgame show right here, FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Jason is a big fan of Runza's Spicy Jack Burger.
With jalapenos.
Why are you saying jalapenos like that?
I pronounce it like it is. Fast and spicy. Jalapeno.
Well, it also has pepper jack cheese, bacon, and ranch.
Not just ranch.
Oh, come on.
Jalapeno ranch. So spicy.
Stop into Runza today and try the Spicy Jack Burger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent, Stephen Rhodes, put his experience to work for you. Stephen proudly serves the Lincoln County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Farmers Insurance agent Stephen Rhodes at 308-534-9050 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Farmers Insurance Agency. Stephen Rhodes, 308-534-9050. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
If you'd like to start feeling better today, physical therapy can get your health back on track. This is Dr. Chris Kroll at Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, and our mission is to serve you by equipping you with the power to reclaim your health. Whether you're dealing with chronic pain, acute injury, or following surgery, we take great pride in helping you return to the activities you love. Kroll Clinic Physical Therapy, balancing bodies, restoring life. Most insurance is accepted and no facility fees.
Westfield Small Animal Clinic encourages you to open your heart and home to a dog in need. Dogs need proper care to make the transition from shelter life to your home. Westfield Small Animal Clinic will do all they can to make sure your pet's health needs are taken care of with spay, neuter, vaccinations, flea and tick treatment, and nutrition. Dr. Kira Couts and Dr. Bundy are ready to help you bring your new pet home. Make a trip to the shelter today and find your forever friend and make them an appointment at Westfield Small Animal Clinic.
KJ's Boots and Western Wear has the Western wear gear you need. Whether you need to look great or you just need Western wear that works as hard as you do, KJ's has the styles and gear for you. Plus, they have new boot styles for everyone in your family. New fall styles are arriving daily. So head to KJ's Boots and Western Wear, just off the I-80 interchange in Hershey.
For the biggest selection anywhere, it's KJ's Boots and Western Wear. KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
The North Platte Community Playhouse proudly presents Cinderella. Shows are September 29th, 30th, October 1st, and October 6th, 7th, and 8th. This Tony Award-winning musical adaptation of the well-loved classic invites us to build a better, kinder world together. Tickets go on sale September 25th from 12 to 5. Check out tickets and showtimes at northplattecommunityplayhouse.com. For more information, call the Playhouse at 532-8559.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ AM North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Well, Mac, your Quick Stop post-game show. Jeff Smeltzer and I have just found a revelation. Omaha West. Oh, this was last week. Because we talked about before head coach Kurt Altig came up, we talked about Omaha Westside and Kearney were playing, and we were interested because those were in our opinion, those were some of the best teams. Those are probably two of the best teams. Of course, Millard South being also up there as in this Class A ranking. It's 56-0. Omaha Westside at halftime. Halftime. North Platte High School. Okay, I got to do the math here, and I'm really bad with math. What's 28 plus 14? Somebody quickly.
42.
There you go. I could have known that. I feel dumb now. We gave up 42 points in the first half last week. Kearney gave up 56. And this is a Kearney team that we talked about, we thought was really had some special speed on their side.
That's my freezing cold take. I thought after the Kearney game here, I thought Kearney's going to give them a game. They're going to keep it within 14. But
they have yet to score a touchdown. A touchdown!
I was so wrong about that.
56-0 at halftime. You know, and you highlighted how Omaha Westside is just on a whole new level. This is insane levels of talent and a beatdown that's going on right now. Well, I mean, to be fair, we're kind of happy at the same time because it's against Kearney, you know.
Go ahead, Westside, hang 100 on them.
That'd be actually kind of funny if they did that. You know, we hung 76 in Lincoln Northeast, but like if they hang anywhere near close to, I mean, I saw a 100-pointer last year for some 8-man football, which was crazy to think. But 56-0, man, oh man, Kearney is not having a good day today. No. That doesn't matter because the Bulldogs are having a great day today. They pick up the 76-22 victory,
and they're playing in Kearney too.
Oh, it's even better. Oh, you just made my
I hope
day.
it's homecoming in Kearney.
Boy, howdy, what a great day that'd be. What a terrible day to be a
Westside is so good.
It is great, you know, and we, of course, witnessed that firsthand last week, but it kind of felt like that wasn't their full bore, attack.
Right.
This against Kearney, of course, being probably the number, if I think correctly, I think they're the number 3 team in the state. They are just cadoodling them right now.
And Westside's already dismantled Bellevue West earlier this year.
And we all thought Bellevue West was going to put up a good fight against. If Bellevue West didn't,
if they can't,
who can? And I just want to say one more time, Omaha Westside plays Lincoln Northeast next week. There's no way they start. There's no way they start that first team, right? There's no way they start. There's no way you start them.
Play 1 or 2 series, maybe.
Yeah. Boy, howdy. And Brett, our AD, Brett Joseph, talked about how they are a top 5 team in the country, and I kind of giggled for a little bit. But now that I've seen this, it's like, boy, my good gosh.
And I feel bad for Northeast. They're, struggling now. This isn't their best year. They're down a little bit. I don't know if they're young players. I assume they are.
They're a pretty young team. Yeah, pretty young team.
And they're going to take their lumps next week. But that's That's what happens.
That's Class A football,
yeah.
baby. Class A football. We took those lumps last week. Everyone's got to take them against Westside, unfortunately, and nobody's going to come away from a Westside game happy. Well, except for last year. Except for last year's upset. We'll take that. I'll hang that high up into that is Brett Jones. Speaking of the devil, I'll hang my hat pretty high on that victory. I'm going to probably pin it in my house for the rest of existence.
Yeah, that was.
But the Bulldogs today took care of business, and they needed to take care of business so that they'll move on to the Panthers of Norfolk next week and take care of business there. As head coach Kurt Altick talked about, got to win these next 2 games to even maybe possibly think about a shot at the playoffs.
Right. Bulldogs look good on so many levels. Special teams looked really, really good.
I loved it. I was excited to see that. Of course, Lincoln Northeast kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple of times on those special teams, but I think the blocks, the pressure,
blocked field goal,
all of that was just things that are really good to see because we haven't seen that from the Bulldogs. We've seen a couple of times last year that the special teams unit was a unit that would bring points and potentially be a tide turner for the team when they really needed something.
Yep.
So far, we haven't seen it. Granted, to be fair, they haven't. A lot of the kickers have been doing a better job of kicking it out of the end zone into the end zone this year than I think there's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember if there was a rule change or something that's coming recently, or that's just how kickers have now evolved nowadays.
They're better kickers.
Yeah, so to see that the defensive side of the special teams really showed up today, I think adds just another feather in the cap of maybe we can expand on something like this for the future to see what we can bring up.
Yep. One of the things we had talked about earlier off the air was open field tackling.
Yeah.
I thought it looked better today. For the most part, there was some.
Levi Sherman, I think it's tough. You got to kind of, I hate to say exclude him, but he's such a big man. That was probably the big problem. I think North Platte still has troubles with bigger body, skilled position players in terms of taking them down.
And I think some of those you weren't really in position to make a tackle because you're going to deflect the ball or make an interception.
Yeah.
And by the time you realize Sherman caught it and you turned around to try and grab him, you just
can't get full grasp, full energy, and full physical nature into him to bring him down. So
he's a good player. He's a good player.
Him, of course, with J.C. and Brown as well. He was pretty shifty.
Yep.
But I think overall, the tackling has gotten better. And I think the young guys showed that the tackling has gotten better. Of course, we talked about it. It feels like the whole second half. Kirk Wilson, making tackles left and right. You saw, Brady Hanneborg, off balance, looking like he was getting pushed into. Still made some great wrap up tackles.
Yep.
The defense just had that that the younger guys just came in and it showed that tackling that coach has been just beating them to death with for feels like this whole season is starting to make its way into this team, and that's what you love to see. It's more now about how can we take a better angle, because I always think that's been the issue. It's not that the Bulldogs are terrible tacklers as a team and they just can't make the plays. I just think the angles that they're coming at sometimes isn't right, and because of that, it sets them up for failure from the get-go.
Yep. One of the things that impressed me tonight, the line play, both offensively and defensively.
Love that.
When you look at the sidelines, all the guys that are without pads, on crutches, or in some sort of a brace, all seems to be wearing numbers in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They're all linemen. So, with Logan Chitty and Dominic Descent and Drake Ferris.
Drake Ferris done for the year. Those are guys that have been stalwarts for this offensive line for a while now, and it's of course you hate to see it, but I love what I saw, because last week that front unit, that's how this offense operates. The front unit has to be physical. It has to be the point of attack to start things out, and they just couldn't seem to really set that same aggression that we normally see from them out of the get-go, and it kind of cost them throughout the entire. That's why they barely got 50 yards rushing for the entire game. And here they came out and they punched the Rockets right in the face from the get-go, and they never stopped. They were down on the ground and they still kept. It sounds terrible. They still kept throwing those punches.
Yeah.
And I just love to see that.
Yeah, they very impressive tonight. Last week, I don't know if they were just intimidated from the jump or.
I don't know. And, of course, it's tough for us as we're not at practice every day. So when Coach says he didn't get them well prepped, I know they were well prepped. It's just, how much was it that West Side is West Side, and that's a scary that is a scary feat. Yeah. It's easy for us to be like, oh, it can't be that scary as we sit here watching them trounce Kearney 56-0 at halftime. That is a big mental thing. And, of course, that's also a 4-hour journey that you have to take there. And, of course, North Platte, Coach Altig says, we're used to this. We're used to the travel. We're used to going out that far. It's one thing to say that and then going out there and doing that and then, playing a football game on their homecoming where everyone is amped and there's lots of college scouts there as well watching it. Like, that's a lot of pressure to put on a young team and young guys and young players like that. And, sometimes that light is just a little too big, and that's nothing against that. It's just you don't see that every day.
Yeah, no. 5-6 Division I players on their roster.
Yeah, and maybe even more by the end of the season.
Maybe more, yeah. I think both of those Rezacs are being recruited by Notre Dame. Benning,
Jamez
Ross, Christian Jones, the linebacker. Boy, he's good.
Yeah, he was good that day. So, that's a lot of talent, and I think that West Side, it was just a lot of things that recipes for disaster could have lined up and all collided right then and there. And that's going to happen against West Side because it's Omaha West Side. Right. It's one of those games where you kind of write it off, and Coach probably will hate when I say that. It's like you can just throw that tape away and write it off because you're not going to learn anything from that game because they're just so much better than every other team in this class that you're only going to look at it and hurt yourself in terms of your mental and how you're feeling about it. So to have kind of, as you said, the opposite spectrum here with going against Lincoln Northeast, you hate to say it that way because they've having another tough year this year, but to have that as your rebound and put up 76 points through every single layer of this team, from the guys that get snaps every single day to the scout unit teams, I think is just a feel-good story to then now kind of wash away the bad parts of this season and be like, we still got this. Look at the things that we can still do, and there's still 2 games left to potentially get us into play.
Yeah, it's a feel-good night. It's homecoming. It's the seniors' last night on this field, possibly.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to say anything.
Last regular season game, anyway. So it's nice. It's nice to feel good with a big win like this. But it's one of those games. It's just you're competing against yourself. Am I doing my assignment? Am I doing things correctly? Am I making the tackle? Am I making the right read? So there's still things to learn. Still ways to get better. And I think they did. You didn't see too many missed blocks. Tackling for the most part was better.
Not too many. There was a couple fouls in the red zone that, of course, on a couple plays hurt them. It didn't affect the result of that play. It just took them a little longer to get to that finish line. But the only one blemish is just that fumble. But really, that fumble was just Caden trying to make trying to make a play. And
he was just making something happen.
Yeah, trying to make that extra yard, which sometimes, of course, that means you're going to get a little loosey-goosey with the football and then you turn it over. But other than that, again, you talk about almost a perfect game.
Yeah. We forgot to ask Coach about the inadvertent whistle. I wanted to get his take on that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I already know he was fuming on the side. I already know he was like, not again.
Yeah.
Not again.
Yeah.
But Bulldogs pick up the victory, 76-22. And this was I won't say heated discussion, but it's our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. When it's a 76 points put up by the Bulldogs, you only give up 22 in this blowout with a lot of these reserve units. At the time when the main team was on, it was only, I think, 6 points that they gave up at the time. Yeah. It's tough to just point to a single player and do it. So I really think we just got to give it to the whole team. Because it was a whole team effort to bounce back. It wasn't just one specific player making hero plays like we've seen earlier in the year or a few players. It was really everybody from every level stepping up, even the coaches as well stepping in and making and really bringing the team up after a tough week last week against Omaha West Side. So I don't know about you, but I think everybody.
Tough to argue that.
Yeah, I think
tough to argue with that.
And I know it kind of sounds like it just sounds like a cop out there, but I really think everybody should have gotten this because I'm no joke. Really, I think we might have called almost everybody's name on this roster that's not injured right now.
I think we probably did. Yep.
So everybody really did participate in some way or another, and I think they all just deserve it. And I think that's going to be this game could be a huge building block, not because it was a blowout victory, but I think in terms of, and I keep bringing it up, but just washing away the negative thoughts of last week, because last week could have been if in hypothetical situation, if this was Norfolk today, another good Class A team, this game could have been another blowout on the Panthers side, where the Panthers blow us out, because that's just kind of how a defeat of that stature kind of wanes with the team.
The psyche, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't. It was a chance to get right, like you've been mentioning all night. And I think they did. They got right. Feel good.
Love it.
Feel good, fellas. You played an awesome game. You were so much fun to watch tonight. And all season. I mean, they've been fun to watch.
All season this team has
never
been extremely
quit.
fun.
Sometimes you get beat by better teams, but they've never quit.
Yeah, they never, and this, and you talked about this, we've talked about this could be the trap game. Even though Lincoln Northeast hasn't really shown out this year with how bad last week was, this could be the trap game of letting that take over your season and your mindset of how you want to keep going the rest of the way. And tonight showed that psyche that this team is never going to back down. I mean, they never back down with like 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, up 76-22. That just shows you how it's going to happen. But it just keeps the good vibes rolling. Coach, we've always, even though record wise, it's not what they've wanted. They've in the first 3 games they lost by a combined 10 points, and again, it could be a whole different part of the season if those coin flips went our way, But you got the hand that you're dealt right now, so you move on to Norfolk next week, on the road for the last 2 games of the season, and you got to pick up, those 2 victories to, potentially just sniff at, the thought of going into playoff play.
Maybe this is when things even themselves out. Maybe these are the close victories we come away with.
Yep.
The next 2 weeks.
All guns blazing.
I feel good. If it's close, I feel good about this team. The way they battle, the way they fight. We're not going to see anybody as good as Westside ever. Well, maybe not again.
Not this season.
Keep my fingers
maybe
crossed.
Not this season.
But boy, but I feel good. I think they've really got legitimate chances the next 2 weeks, and then, like Coach said, see what happens. See how everything shakes out.
Crazier things have happened. There's some crazy things that have happened.
The good thing is, if they win the next 2 games, end up 4-5, the strength of schedule. I mean that
should help them.
They've played a very tough schedule.
Grand
so that should
Island's
help
much
them.
better than a lot of people thought this year. Scottsbluff is always a really well coached team.
Yep.
Papillion, La Vista South, same thing. That's a team that also much better than a lot of people suspected.
Well, yeah, both of Papio and Papio South should end up with winning records, I think.
Yeah, Norfolk
should have
on the edge. I think it's on the verge of a winning record this year.
Kearney
for the Panthers.
I think this will probably be Kearney's only loss. So I remember right, their next 2 games
are pretty simple. Are
winnable.
Yeah, they're pretty simple. Let's see here for the Sun.
Grand Island's playing well. What are they? 4-2.
4-2 coming into today's game. Norfolk also 4-2. So the next 2 opponents are going to finish the season, barring anything catastrophe towards the end of the season, above 500.
Yep.
So the only team North Platte has played so far that is going to finish the season below 500 is Lincoln Northeast.
Yeah.
And that's just how this class A3 district is right now, and it's always going to be. It's always a cluster towards the top because we all know it's going to be West Side, barring something catastrophic happening at Omaha West Side. And then after that, it's really just a lot of teams that are neck and neck with each other and goes down to the wire.
It does, and so it makes it fun.
I know.
Makes it fun. How's this going to finish out? I really, really do think they can finish out, winning these last 2 games, and then you never know.
Ball's in their court.
Yeah.
The strength of schedule and power projection points, that's always going to be out of your hand. To make it sure it gets into your favor, got to get your business done. And they handle their business tonight, and I don't expect them to not handle their business next week against Norfolk. But though what unfortunately will have to happen is last game with Jeff Smeltzer here with me, unless they make a playoff game.
It is, yeah.
Yes, that is a tough one.
That's part of my bitterness towards the Week 0 game. It's October 6th, and I am done.
He is done with he's unfortunately done with his football season. I mean, it was great having you here. We enjoyed
it's been a
having
great
you up
time.
here.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't want to put you on the pressure spot here, but next year?
Well, we'll see. Yeah, maybe.
All right. Maybe. It's better than a no,
Yeah,
so we'll take that.
And maybe if there's a couple close away games, maybe road trip with you and Carl.
Hey, we love that. And, of course, this then, kind of highlights into the class readjustment. You know, they are on the edge.
Right.
They are on the edge of that transition to B, and that's not because they want to go to B. It's just Lincoln keeps popping schools out like they're bunnies.
As these new schools keep appearing.
Which it feels like they shouldn't, because they already have enough schools already, and they just keep adding a random school.
Yeah, because what do you have in Omaha? You have Westview, Buena Vista, and then you have Gretna East.
East. Then you got Standing Bear and Lincoln.
Yep. And
there's so
the one by the interstate. North, is that Northwest?
Yes, Northwest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Standing Bear, Northwest.
They just keep, and the crazy part is some of those are already at Class B.
Right.
You know?
And they started at what? 10th grade, or they started?
They start at
grade?
sophomore. So
okay. Here in 2 years they'll have a full 9 through 12.
Yeah, and that'll probably then propel them into A automatically because they hit the number. So it's not North Platte's fault that they might have to go to B. It's just because Omaha and Lincoln are just rabbits that just want to keep throwing schools out of their woodworks for no reason.
As a parent of a high school student, Class B scheduling isn't so bad, you know. I don't know if I want to take that many trips to Omaha.
After how many trips I've gone up there recently, not a fan of Omaha anymore.
And if you ask, I'm going to respectfully decline district softball tournaments that go until.
Hey, that was a fun time
10 or 11.
though.
Yeah,
I had a great time yesterday. Proud of the girls softball team, and they, of course, talking to the Omaha fans over there, they were pretty confident they were really confident. It was a little too crazy how confident they were that it was going to be a double papillion in the championship match. And then Bulldogs in the last 3 games, 42 runs combined. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I know the ladies went nuts.
They did. And then, of course, you got the girls' state golf, which will start on Monday. North Platte made it after a slow start to the season, and coming up with a lot of regional invitational victories. They took down Kearney as well.
Yeah.
In that, and they're here at state, and there's a lot of good things going on right now. And
did I see cross country did really well?
Yes, they did. Yep. They also, they got districts coming up. They were also top 3 in that. So they are a lot of good things happening here at North Platte.
Volleyball. I watched them play Grand Island Central Catholic Tuesday night. They had a stinker in the first set, but the next 2 sets I thought were as good as I've seen them play all year.
They're so close.
Yep.
It's and that's talked with Coach Byrne. A lot of people. It's not that's not going to be a 1-year turnaround. That's one of those things where culturally it's going to take. It's like college football, 2-3 years to get things set up, get people rotated in, and understand the system more, because they had a lot of they got a lot of things that they had to reteach the team. There was a lot of solo hero ball the last couple of years, and now it's how do we trust the team and get into the team aspects of it.
I remember Grand Island Central Catholic, they're like 20-3.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah,
really, really good. And I think Grace Ryland was sitting out that night. I don't know if she was hurt. So they had no seniors on the court.
Yep,
the Dogs, and they gave them a fight.
I just believe they're 1 or 2 wins away from exploding onto the scene.
Yeah,
because they're young, but they are very athletic, and they just need two back-to-back wins, and maybe a shutout for things to just for the floodgates to open.
Right.
Because they're right there bursting the seam, just like with the college, North Platte Community College. They needed a couple wins. They've gotten those couple wins, and now this looks like a whole different team in the second half of the season.
Yeah, the Dogs is at some point. I always thought, listen to Matt Rule. Sometimes they said you have to learn how to win. It's like, well, doesn't everybody want to win? You know? A couple of those sets, the Dogs had the lead. Then Grand Island Central Catholic came back, and then the simple things that the Dogs were doing earlier when they were ahead, they couldn't do once Grand Island caught up to them. Balls falling between 2 or 3 players. They weren't talking. Just sometimes when the momentum shifts, you don't.
And a lot of those haven't been in positions where they've having to figure out how to find a momentum shift, or how do you deal with giving away a 6-point run to the other side?
It's things that they were doing all night, but all of a sudden
just stopped,
just couldn't do it. Yeah,
and then that'll just be with time.
Yeah.
This season they still got more games to play. Excited for the Triangular next week. We'll be there on Saturday for that coverage. I'm excited for that one. So, still plenty of season to go, and not, depending on it doesn't matter what they end with this season. It's still going to be super proud of anybody, for the football team, softball team, volleyball team, or the cross country team. I'm proud of how they performed, because each team has different adversities that they have to go through. And the fact that they get to that certain endpoint and then on to next season where they can then expand upon that and go to new levels, like the girls golf team, that team that has been on the cusp has been slowly but steadily getting better and better every single year, now exploded onto the state scene.
Yeah, and I think they graduated a lot of seniors last
year,
didn't they? So it was a pretty young team. Good for them, Coach Kaminsky, and I hope they do really well at state. And
I think they will. I think they will.
How about a shout out to marching band? I think they're going to go to not Husker Harvest
You did it again.
Yeah, they're not going to a farm show. They're going to Harvest to Harmony tomorrow.
There you go.
At Grand Island.
And again, looking like, compared to last year, band numbers look bigger this year as well.
They sounded really good tonight.
I loved it. Yep. I loved it. So, well, Jeff, thank you so much for coming and helping with us. We'll talk behind the scenes and see if we can get you to come back next year. But we will do it here tonight. I will see you all next Thursday, I believe, for Knights volleyball action. And then, of course, me and Carl will be in the great city of Norfolk. We'll be taking on the Panthers with the Bulldogs, looking to make it 2-0 in these last two games right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming, sponsored by Allen Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Lovers, are you in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle or need top-notch service? Premier Toyota's got you covered. Their knowledgeable and friendly staff will help you find the perfect ride to fit your lifestyle and budget. Plus, their state-of-the-art service center is staffed with expert technicians who will keep your vehicle running like new. Visit Premier